has some good bloodlines in the game of lacrosse.
That's right. Scotty Nelson, he's a graduate of NC State, coached at Rutgers for 3 years, and then he took over this Nazareth program. Actually, he's the only coach ever. This program's only 10 years old, and he's really taken them to the top, winning the national title in '92, undefeated this year. Really, their expectations for this season were not that high, but he has done an outstanding job. They've won a lot of close games.
He'll be up against it today because on the other side of the field, James Berkman, right there, a graduate of Salisbury State in '82, has got a team that is loaded. He is one of the finest recruiters in all of lacrosse at any level, Division I, Division III, and his name's come up a couple times for top-notch Division I coaching positions. Mongolia in the goal for Salisbury State, facing off against number 33, Terry Getz. Critical possessions. Obviously, you'll see the purple team, Nazareth, try to control tempo if they get the ball. Keep your eye on number 38 for Salisbury, Chris McQueenie, right there off the face-off. He's one of the outstanding defensemen in Division III lacrosse. Actually, he was voted the outstanding defenseman last season. He was suspended for the first 2 playoff games, but here he is in the starting lineup. He will play the wing on the face-off and then go down and play close defense. It's interesting that he plays in the... He's playing strictly defense, but Nazareth playing all offense on their face-off, or all defense, rather. So Nazareth expected to go defensively, had both wing players playing the defensive end. They don't want to give up a cheap goal to this offensive powerhouse. Salisbury State controls first. They bring it behind the goal. Jason Kaufman, we talked about, he's the guy. Double-teamed early. They can't get the ball from him. Somebody will be open. Kaufman looks. Still the matchup there as they go one-on-one. Kaufman up front, watch out, first shot and a big save. Berge took the outside shot on the cut. Weinberg is a lefty goalie, and that one hit him in the chest. Nice save by Weinberg. Berge with a hit there, does not get called for it. A push call here, loose ball push. Goes back to Salisbury State in goal. And Berge will bring it in, number 6. Father, linebacker for the Philadelphia Eagles. He had to pick between football and lacrosse. Thought he was a little bit better lacrosse player and chose to focus on this sport. This is a kid that was missed by a lot of Division I programs. I remember watching him play in the North-South All-Star game, and he was exceptional. He's a steal for a Division III program like Salisbury. Brian Mazak played great defense on him there, Quint. He came in, Mazak with a real timely check to put the ball down. Take a look at the hit right there. Nazareth, they're very aggressive. They slide, they play team defense. Nothing fancy. They get the job done. If their goalie can come up with some big saves, they're going to be in this ballgame. We've got one so far. The only save of the game. Mazak inside. Watch out. Here comes Terry Getz. Getz had a chance to put one on Betcher, but the check from the defensive end doesn't even get the ball through. Great check there. Behind the play, we had an offsides against Nazareth. Bellotti made the check, number 27. He's up around midfield as Salisbury State's Dan Margat brings it across. Look at the speed on Margat. No score early first quarter, about 2 minutes gone. Margat's a converted attackman. Right now playing the midfield position, but he likes to operate. He likes to invert behind the goal and dodge from that position. The whole game in lacrosse these days, folks, is getting to the short stick. If you're confused watching all these players run around, just what they're trying to do is, to simplify it, is look for the short stick defender, and that's what they're doing by inverting to the backside. But being a midfielder on the offensive end is not unusual for Salisbury, is it, Quint? They've got a lot of guys that used to play attack, now playing midi. In fact, this entire first midfield unit, they're former attack players. When they came to Salisbury as attack players, so Coach Berkman moved them to the midfield position. That's a warding off call against Berge. Nazareth set to clear. Berge's 6 feet 190. He lifted. Looks a little bit bigger than that down there. So twice he's gotten the ball. Once it was taken away. The second time, technical violation, gives the ball up. Still no score, and that's the way Nazareth wants it. Keep it low and keep your patience clearing. No time limit in this area of the field. Once they get across that line, now they've got 10 seconds to get into the offensive zone. They do. Here comes a shot. Wide. Hard shot taken by Brian Sparks. Not shy about taking it to the hoop, and that's great. Fans right there looking for a foul. After that shot, he was dumped. I think he had Betcher, the Salisbury State goalie, beat on that. Betcher didn't really react very well to it, but the ball missed the net. Rob Schmidt, number 12, matches up. Take a look at this replay here. Watch the late hit after the shot. The ball's released, and you couldn't see the tail end there, but he got dumped. Actually came off the field after that hit. Nazareth now with their first extended possession.
Rivas wide, backed up beautifully by Nazareth. Watch out front. Here's going to be a shot. No, quick defensive slide. Underneath, Betcher goes down and makes the big save. Betcher's had a great read there. Here he comes for the fast break. It's Berge on the run. Cross side, big save again for Nazareth. They have come up huge. Weinberg touched it twice. Weinberg's looked good, Quint. Both shots right in front of him, and he read them beautifully.
Weinberg single-handedly won the Ohio Wesleyan semifinal game. Nazareth was outplayed statistically in every single statistic except goalie saves and, of course, the final score. They won 14-13. His save percentage in that game above 66%, which is excellent, especially in the playoff game.
So far, we've seen Salisbury work it from the wing and a lot of slides, very aggressive and early slides coming from Nazareth against Salisbury State. So it looks like this is probably their predictable offense with a well-scouted defensive plan. Again, comes up with that one. Weinberg brings it out, gives it to his teammate Fritz. It's a long stick. Fritz looks for help. He goes into two players, trouble, but it's on the ground. This could be trouble for Salisbury. They've got one. Goal by Nazareth. Neil Pallas, the finisher. Hugh, you talked about get it to Pallas in front of the net. And boy, once it's there, the two quick fakes, and he dumps it home.
Burdette gets it down low to Pallas. And it's almost a guarantee when he gets it down low. This is Burdette with the ball to Pallas. And the key for Pallas is he catches the ball moving towards the goal, gives Betcher 3 or 4 head fakes. Both goalies lefties. You'll see, notice Betcher's lefty. Watch him come in, 3 or 4 fakes, beats him near side. Money in the bank, Neil Pallas from point-blank range. Again, watch the fakes. 1, 2, inside pipe. Betcher's got to stay on his feet, stay in the goal. Ignore the first fakes. You know Pallas is going to give you 3 or 4 big ones.
Pallas with the box skills, and that was a good example of how they can really cause trouble to a goalie. Here comes Salisbury State off of the faceoff. McQueen, 3 shots, Quint, all of them at the feet of Weinberg, and he's gobbled up every one of them. Here comes Nazareth on a fast break. Fritz is coming down. The crowd reacting to the hit. Fritz takes a shot with a check from behind, takes away the good shot. Schmidt chases that one down and really took away the shot, but Betcher was in trouble. Here comes Salisbury State the other way. A shot, and this one finds the mark. Trent Brown bounced it. This time, Quint, he was way out in front, and he took off and went up high. I'm sorry, it was Dan Margot. Dan Margot coming down on the fast break. Bounces it well out in front, so it goes over Weinberg, who went down almost every shot.
Yeah, you knew the tempo here favored Salisbury State. You could see Margot with tremendous speed just leg that ball in. Weinberg got a piece. Watch this ball skim off the wet grass. Right there, picks up some speed. Weinberg got a piece of it. He's not the tallest goalie. Weinberg only 5'6", Margot using his speed at the midfield. The last 2 minutes there, we went up and down, up and down. That tempo really favored Salisbury State. If you're watching this game, notice how much bigger the players in the yellow uniforms are than the players in the purple uniforms, and they have superior speed. Nazareth's got to slow this game down.
So about 3 fast breaks in a row benefited Salisbury State. They get that one. And also, if you were a pitcher, that's exactly how you'd want to pitch to Weinberg. They get 3 low shots, and then in the 4th one, it bounced way out in front. He's low, ball goes high. 1-1 the score, about 9:30 left. This game is very fast between the lines. Salisbury State again coming to try to finish it is Paul Smith, who couldn't collect the pass from John Mona. Now they'll set up in their straight settled offense. Jason Kaufman again. Kaufman being defensed by Chuck Roberts. A big stick on it makes it very, very difficult. Going to call holding against Salisbury State. Kaufman held the defensive stick in there.
Nice job by Chuck Roberts. He's a solid defenseman. He has a couple takeaway checks, and he can match up physically with Kaufman. He's 6 foot 195. Kaufman only about 5'9", 200 pounds. So when you're covering Kaufman, you've got to put a guy with some power and some strength. And that time you could see it through the nice check and bodied up, body for body on Kaufman.
Nazareth brings it down. Offensive set for them. Game tied at 1. Pallas was the scoring player for Nazareth. Margot for Salisbury. 2 of the folks that we talked about at the beginning of the show. Offensive power. Salisbury connected in so many different ways. Pallas behind. Erlin playing defense. A sliding defenseman comes off on him now. That was Schmidt. They come out to the midfield. You only have 4 long sticks on the field at a time, and Division I-3 in collegiate lacrosse, so a lot of times, again, the offensive strategy is to go ahead and try to isolate against a shorter stick defensively, give you a better chance.
Nazareth, they don't have the size and speed of Salisbury. They do have excellent stick work, though.
Shot rips from out front. 2-1 Nazareth. That was Ed Geary. Geary and Powell is the combination that makes things go for Nazareth, and so far they each have a goal.
Geary with a scorching line shot. Took the ball off the turf. Went top shelf against Betcher. You can see Geary right there. Play starts right here with the loose ball. Here's Geary. You can't give this guy time and room. Sidewinder, offside on Betcher. Watch it. Nice angle right there. Top shelf. Low to high. You got the goalie. You drop him. He lowers his stick. And then you elevate him top shelf under the pipe.
So 2-1 Nazareth with the 1-goal lead. And this is a little bit of a surprise. Salisbury State mentally, Quentin, you've got to think it's tough to get a team up like Salisbury State. They are so powerful, they almost take everybody they played lightly.
They have only been trailing one game at half this season. That was the regular season game against Gettysburg. They score in spurts. They have scored as many as 18 goals in a row. I've seen them score 12 goals in a quarter. You've got to control the ball and hope that your goaltender is up to the task.
Berge again comes in. This is the third time he's gone one-on-one. Double, triple team. Finally get the ball away from Berge. First move worked, Quinn. I thought he was going to take a shot.
Berge's got to make a decision there. He penetrated. He's either got to shoot or give it up, but he just hung on to it too long.
Nazareth takes it up, showing good stick work until that pass, and they lose it. A good chance to control. And here comes Erland. Gives it off to Margat. Margat with great speed, controlling in the middle of the field now. 6:50 left, first quarter action still. 2-1, Nazareth and triple with a surprising lead against the Giants. Salisbury. Margat rips that one for the corner.
Margat's one of the offensive catalysts for Salisbury. He loves the split dodge. He'll run straight at you. Take a look at the stats. Look at the goals per game. Salisbury 24, Nazareth 15 shots per game. An astounding 60 per game for Salisbury. Goals allowed. Both teams playing nice defense. Face-offs and extra man. Look at Nazareth with a considerable advantage. They need to make Salisbury get in fouling situations.
If you're not that familiar with lacrosse, you don't get to score 20 goals too many times. Wrap around shot by Margat. This team has done it maybe a half a dozen times, but they've scored 30, which you never do. They've scored 30 this year 3 times. Salisbury has. Shows you how powerful their offense is. Again, Salisbury comes in. The defensive checks take away a high percentage. Rothfuss and backed up beautifully by Nazareth. Weinberg will now inbound for the Golden Flyers.
Little quickness by Weinberg, Auburn, New York product. They're really double-teaming Kaufman nicely. Nazareth very active defensively. They're helping each other out. They're playing good team defense.
Both teams capable of scoring 20 more goals, and that is a lot. Nazareth now moving around. Watch out, Palace by himself. Palace in front. He's got it. 3-1. Palace gets his second goal of the game. Once again, they left him open on the wing. When you give him time and space, that's the wrong guy to give that equation to.
You cannot let Palace get the ball in these scoring situations. Watch it here. We had a defenseman go down, slipping. Palace using his body there, protecting his stick well, and finishing. Salisbury doing a poor job defensively. Schmidt came across. He's got to control his momentum right there. Olay. He misses Palace, and Palace finishes. He's going to score from that position every time. We've seen 2 already.
The textbook hit there for that sliding defenseman is to keep your body on body, and you knock Palace out if you don't get the stick.
That's right. You got to take the correct angle. He took the wrong angle there, and Palace just stepped upfield a half a step and was past him.
3-1. Nazareth with a big lead. Big in terms of Salisbury State has been unbeatable this year. Now, they've had one game where they had to come from behind. They played a tough game against Gettysburg earlier this season. And that was, from Berkman's viewpoint, a good schooling experience for them because they haven't been behind hardly at all.
No, they haven't. If this game's close down the stretch, I think that favors Nazareth. They've been in that situation before. Field getting a little ugly on that last play. We had a loose ball push. It has rained. It's a little humid.
We'll have a timeout on the field with 5:14 left in the first. Nazareth, surprise leaders, 3-1.
Beyond the Arctic Circle. Beyond the tree line. Beyond experience. The Molson Ice Polar Beach Party. Labor Day weekend 1995. With Metallica and Hole. Also appearing Veruca Salt and Moist. Tuktoyaktuk, Arctic Canada. Get up there.
You got needs, okay? And somewhere between food and a 40-foot TV are tires. Well, jump up and down, because Firestone's having a sale. And they got tires. Hello! They got the fast, the furious, the I won't be ignored tire. Think they got high prices? Think again. Enough thinking. They got the clock ticking on this commercial and this sale. It's the big tire sale at Firestone. So, gentlemen, start your engines.
See Sunday's ad for Firehawk Performance and light truck tires on sale at Firestone retailers.
We're back live at College Park, Maryland. The Division III National Championships underway. Nazareth with a surprise lead over the favorite Salisbury State Seagulls, 3-1. I'm joined on the sidelines by Dan Radebaugh. Dan, now you have an interesting connection. You play, of course, for Maryland, a defenseman. You're in the final game tomorrow against Syracuse. Your brother is in this matchup. He plays at Salisbury.
That's right. He's playing attack out here right now. Need a couple goals out of him, you know, pretty quick, I think. They're not looking too good right now, but he could get him back on the board.
Well, we talked about this. This team really can score in spurts, these Seagulls.
Oh, yeah, they could score in a hurry. I mean, I'm sure they're not sweating anything right now. I mean, they could turn this thing around in 2 minutes, but I don't know. It'd be a little easier for the fans if they would get some up there now, though.
Quickly, speaking of sweating, you don't seem too worried about tomorrow.
No, we're at ease about tomorrow's game. I wouldn't say we're at ease. Syracuse is a great team, but we're confident that we can play, you know, we can get the job done tomorrow. If we play the way we did yesterday and with the intensity that we had, I think we can get the job done.
Thanks a lot, Dan. We'll see you tomorrow. Back to you, Leaf.
All right, Christy. Hugh Radebaugh, #1 guy from Maryland, a team that's noted for their defense. That's how they're going to win the game if they do win it. The big guy,
Casey Powell, the freshman.
Right. Now, is that the matchup you think is going to happen tomorrow?
I think you've got to make that matchup. Powell was so impressive. Radebaugh did a tremendous job shutting down Picola for Hopkins. I think you've got to go with that matchup. Put La Chapelle on Morrissey. And the third spot you go Elfstrom on Cavendish. They played together in high school, so you think Elfstrom would know Cavendish very well.
That'll be the matchup, Division I championship. It's tomorrow, 10:55 on ESPN. Right now, extra man play for Nazareth. So they're playing 6 against 5. Vetra makes the big save. They'll try to clear here.
Salisbury State's penalty killing unit has killed 88% of the attempts this season, which is just a phenomenal. Teams are only scoring 12% against their man down team.
10-second violation there. Nazareth gets the ball back. They lead by 2. This is a David Goliath situation. David leads right now. Nazareth trying to beat a team that would probably be ranked around the 6-7 in the top 10 of Division I teams. That's how good they are. Inside, trying to pick it up. Great opportunity lost. Grasso came across and couldn't pick it up cleanly. Salisbury State's got 2 people out of position. If Nazareth moves it in, they'll cause some problems. Teams at even strength. Penalty is up 3-1. They still lead by 2. Nazareth now sitting at a power play. I mean, a one-on-one. Rothfuss comes in against Berge.
Nice defense by Berge as Rothfuss went to shoot. Berge got his stick underneath his gloves and lifted. And as he shot, that really pushed the trajectory of the ball way over the net. Good job defensively.
Nazareth with a good run here time-wise. Really taking some time off the clock. Rothfuss again now inverting with Berge. I don't mind going against Berge defensively. Tough character, tough guy, but he's got the short stick. Brent Rothfuss from Penfield, New York. Gets the ball, finally gives up to Palace. Palace now in front, right back to Rothfuss. They seem to have a pretty good idea of what they want to do there. Mazak from behind against another short stick. Inside, Palace with the great cut, and that's a goal. Palace just snuck in, gets a hat trick early on. Beautiful job taking advantage maybe of McQueenie turning his head. McQueenie's looking to help, and Palace timed it beautifully.
Nothing Betcher right there could do about that. Watch this. Notice the eyes
of the midfield for Nazareth up. He sees the entire field. Palace cuts. McQueenie's got to do a better job off the ball covering Palace. Palace is a threat when he's off the ball. He knows how to get open. You cannot turn to watch the ball, because if you do, Palace will sneak behind you into the open area.
That's what he
Very cagey player. He pulled the string.
I think McQueenie turned his head for 1 minute to look at where he would be backing up. He was in the middle of the field. He was looking for his backup responsibility. Right as soon as he did that, Palace takes off. Salisbury State comes up with the next faceoff. They're down by 3. Nazareth not only leading, but leading by 3. Now it starts to get dicey. In Division I, we saw Maryland get ahead of an offensive powerhouse team, Hopkins, an undefeated team that just could not be beaten, many thought. But Maryland just continued to expand the lead, and pretty soon they had the win well in hand. Nazareth in purple leading now, 4-1. 2:30 left in the first. Wide open for Salisbury, the big save, Weinberg. Tremendous shot on top of him by Gallagher. Weinberg has come up with some huge saves.
Gallagher telegraphed that shot. He dropped his stick down low. Weinberg went down with him, stick on stick.
Here comes Rada ball, tries to shoot and does, no goalie. Goalie Weinberg way out to play that clear. Out of position, the defense could not stop the shot. Well, you work so hard to keep that Salisbury team to 1 goal, and then you give up the cheap one. This could open up the floodgates. Watch out.
Oh, you cannot give Salisbury these cheap kind of goals. Weinberg caught out on the offensive turnovers. He likes to roam from the cage. He made a nice play. His teammate dropped the ball upfield. Here's Radaball, recognized that situation. And look at that accuracy. That's from about 30 yards.
Tom Fritz, that was an easy save for Tom Fritz. Could have had his first save of the day.
He could have, but Radaball skimmed it, bounce shot. Probably the furthest he's ever scored from as an attacker.
Fritz just puts his body in front of it. He makes the save. He's trying to pick it up with a long stick. Chalked it up for Salisbury. Technical problem on the faceoff here. Gives it back to Salisbury again. Now Margot comes on with the ball into the offensive box. 4-2. Now a 2-goal game with 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Faceoffs being controlled and dominated by Salisbury, 6-1. Nazareth wants to control tempo, and that will not help him, obviously. Left-handed shot, and this one easily beats Weinberg. Rada ball, the sharpshooter, comes off the pick, gets the feed, and just hammers it home.
He did not have the best angle here, but he found the opening. Weinberg not happy with the result of this. Watch the feed in front. Here's Radaball off the pick, the lefty. And you can see Weinberg kind of guessing low there and didn't see the ball the whole way. Here it is again. Margot from behind. He'll feed Radaball. There's the end result. And watch Weinberg right here. He's upset with himself and smacks the ball out of the net. 2 in a row for Radaball.
5 in a row in the faceoff department for Salisbury. Now they're back to within 1. So when you're out of the goal, that one cheap goal, when he had something going great mentally. Mentally, Weinberg goes on top. And then he comes out and gives up the cheap one. It kind of breaks that little impregnable shell for a moment. Margot again being defensed behind by a short stick defender. Rothfuss. As a goalie, though, Quinn, I mean, even though he didn't let it in, does that break your attention span? Does that break that little, he feels so good about his play?
Potentially, yes. That's the kind of play you got to forget about and move ahead. All plays, actually, as a goaltender, you got to forget about it. You make a great save, big deal, move on to the next shot. You're only as good as the next shot.
Salisbury State in front. Berge can't find the net.
You're not going to get many opportunities like that from in front. 5 yards, no one near him. Berge missed the goal. At least make the goal and make a save there. Put it on the 6x6.
That was an air. Somebody coming in there. It was Jason Kaufman who came flying in. Penalty on the play. They're going to give him the goal. Kaufman just aired it out across the cylinder, and a man down for Nazareth. I think it's a frustration injury here. You cannot believe it.
Alex Ewing down for Nazareth. That goal's going to count. Kaufman is 5'9", 200 pounds. Watch him launch himself. Covered by Roberts right here. Do or die goal. And he's in. He did not step in the crease. Was double teamed and managed to fight his way through. Here it is again. Watch him launch himself and reach around the goaltender, dunking the ball in the goal, and Weinberg also.
And Ewing makes the proper move, the proper time. And that's what really kills him. He made the slide, he got contact, but yet Kaufman still gets the goal.
Kaufman is a load. He is a load, 200 pounds, and he's strong. You've got to put him down. It's going to take a lot of muscle to dump him.
3 straight goals for Salisbury after 3 straight for Nazareth. Finally, they get a face-off, and it's Belcher that just brings that ball right back the other way.
There's the fine outlet pass by Betcher, getting Salisbury into the transition mode.
Betcher looks so comfortable back there in the goal for Salisbury. Out of the pack, Nazareth. Tom Fritz. Fritz showing good speed, controls the ball, but Salisbury just drops down 3 guys very casually. Their whole team is fast. McQueenie down here playing long stick against Rothfuss. Shot from outside off the pipe. Tough break for Nazareth. Mazak had one and hit the iron. Nazareth works it behind. Palace, nobody on him. Finally picked up. Time runs out. First quarter expires. 4-4. 3 straight goals for Salisbury after things looked like they were going all Nazareth's way. Palace had scored 2 in a row. He had scored 3 in total. And it was Radeball, Kaufman. This one's tied at 4. We're moving toward the second quarter.
G's hurts. When the car fires up, it's power. It's talking to me. All I hear is music. And you hit the throttle. It pulls your head back and it wants to rip it off. It's you, the competition, and everything has to be just right. Pure oil now. Man, from that time on, all you can think about is winning. Pure oil leader. Man, that's a ride. Legends live on pure oil.
Grandpa Shaq, tell us how basketball used to be.
Well, the basket wasn't always 20 feet tall.
What about 100-yard courts?
Not even close.
What happened?
All sport.
All sport. Unsurpassed taste. A third more carbs than Gatorade for energy. This is a body quencher.
After all sport, the game was a breeze. Until they put in the moving basket.
All sport. The game will never be the same.
Everybody thinks bigger is better, even at Burger King. They just did this taste test where the Whopper beat the Big Mac and Wendy's single. So why didn't they test the Whopper Junior? It's that bigger thing again. Come on, appetites come in all sizes. The Whopper Junior tastes the same as the Whopper. It's just as flame broiled. It's just as juicy. It's just Junior. One size fits all may work for tube socks, but not for burgers.
The Whopper Junior Value Meal for $1.99 at Burger King.
25 years of excitement, 25 years of action, 25 years of champions. All the best moments are here on Silver Celebration, the perfect video for every college lacrosse fan. Silver Celebration captures all the greatest memories from the first 25 years of the NCAA Division I Lacrosse Championship. Just $19.99 plus shipping and handling. Call 1-800-529-4500 for your copy of Silver Celebration.
We're back at Berg Stadium in College Park, Maryland. 25 years of the best in NCAA lacrosse. Lee Felsmo, Quint Pesnick, Christy Lee bringing you the Division III championship. Salisbury State is absolutely the Goliath in this Division III bracket. Berkman for Salisbury State enjoying a talent-laden team. But Nazareth has been there the last few years. They come in undefeated into this game, and they led 4-1 at one point. It's 4-4 now.
Jimmy Berkman in his 7th year at Salisbury State, 56-4 in the last 4 years.
Nazareth with a hard shot from out front. Mazak just lets it rip.
Look at the first quarter stats. Really, the telltale stat there would be the face-offs. Salisbury creating more opportunities. 7-2 advantage. Ground ball's about even. Shots about even.
Nazareth again with a shot. They get this one to go. Beautiful shot by Brent Rothfuss.
Rothfuss can shoot 24 goals on the season coming in, and he's got some fans with him from Penfield High School in upstate New York. Sophomore, 6 foot. Here he is. Fakes a little shake and bake, comes back to his left hand. Watch Betcher here. Didn't look comfortable on that. He went down low, and the ball went over his shoulder. A little guess action there by the goaltender. You've got to see the ball the whole way. But give Rothfuss some credit there for penetrating.
Showed some great speed for Nazareth. They controlled for the first full minute of that second quarter. Here comes Salisbury off of the next faceoff. Nazareth now leads 5-4. They have led throughout this game. Faceoff 8-2 in favor of Salisbury. Powell scored the first goal of the game. Margat came back and tied it, but then it was Nazareth reeling off three straight for Salisbury, tied it at 4, and Rothfuss starts it off in the second quarter. Good save from Weinberg. Just an easy shot, really not tested on that one.
Weinberg's got a lot of points. He was the backup last year for Nazareth. Nazareth lost two All-American defensemen from last year's team. They've got a new goalie this year, but Weinberg has certainly proved that he's capable of playing an excellent ball game.
You know, it's interesting, Quinn, if Nazareth were to upset Salisbury, it would not be expected, and of course, they do it starting with the defense, and he's a left-hander like Doherty for Maryland, who beat Hopkins.
Yeah, they're both left-handers. The trouble there is most goaltenders are righties, and you just get used to shooting in certain areas of the cage. Then you face a lefty, and it's completely opposite.
So Nazareth brings in Rothfuss, who just scored the last goal. Wrap around, check the rusty gate. And big check by Widener.
This kid's got all the checks, and he loves to throw them. He's not shy. And Salisbury, they'll play you all over the field, and they'll throw checks. They've got Baskin-Robbins, 32 flavors of checks.
Baskin-Robbins, of course, we all know, has about 80 flavors by now, so that's a lot. Trent Brown was behind number 1. He's fresh into the game. This is Brent Coffey. Down low, watch out for the shot. Geary up top. Hard right-handed shot by Mazak. Mazak loves to get it on that side of the field. Opens up his right-handed shot.
Geary moves the ball so well, 17 for Nazareth. You make mistakes defensively, they're going to capitalize. They zip that ball around. They're not a power dodging team, but they can finish.
Trent Brown from Syracuse. One-on-one. Brown sets a pick. Tries to free up Geary. Geary has tough defense. Bellotti. Rothfuss again trying to get open for the shot. Put a long stick on him. The shot, or the feed there for Trent Brown goes out of bounds.
Schmidt with some nice defense. Take a look at the stick work for Salisbury. This is Widener. Watch that check. Rusty Gate behind the back, one-handed check. That is sensational. Flamboyant Widener. He can make some plays. And then Schmidt comes over and makes a nice check. Salisbury, very talented at the defensive end of the field.
And of course, the textbook on the aggressive defense is to move the ball well. So if Nazareth gets a few more passes in, then they may be able to take advantage of that aggressive sliding package. Here comes Salisbury State. Mona working behind. Ewing playing defense. Rain looks like it's stopped for the moment. Conditions pretty darn perfect. A little bit of a slick surface on that Bird Stadium field. Salisbury State's Dennis Leonard. Right-handed shot doesn't get close. Here comes Weinberg. Read it beautifully all the way across the backside where the Salisbury State people wouldn't be. So he sends it beautifully. That is a bad pass, but picked up by Brown. Brown's a big guy, 6'5".
Watch the yellow jerseys of Salisbury. They swarm. They will challenge every inch of the field. They'll get out and play you. If you can take that pressure and beat them, you'll get your scoring opportunities. But the question is, can you get by them? Right here, you see Schmidt coming all the way out to the midfield line to play defense.
Good speed from the sideline for Nazareth with the check. Breaks the ball out of the stick. Gallagher with a great stick check after he was beaten.
That's one of the reasons why defense players use the long stick. You can get beaten and yet you still have about 6 feet of makeup time to make a check.
Dennis Leonard now with the ball. Defensed by McDermott. Double team now. They slide back. McDermott tries to find somebody. Picked up by Radeball. And he gets away out front to Margat. Margat seems to be the trigger guy from the midfield. Margat inside. Good stick checks. Keep it from coming off the shot. Paul Smith had it in a dangerous area. And Nazareth putting some sticks on his offensive push. Tried to find Margat. Ball goes through and it might go out of bounds. Not quite. We'll get a push call there. It'll go back to Nazareth. If you're following the career and the rehabilitation of Roger Clemens tonight, the Rockets Rehab, 6 p.m. That's right, watch baseball across America, the Rockets Rehab, a special edition, the first national television appearance of Red Sox pitcher Roger Clemens. Final tune-up for the Rocket. His last pitching game in the minors, he threw 71 pitches, clocked at over 95 miles an hour. On the Deuce, watch it tonight at 6 p.m. Back down, live action, Salisbury State. They tied at 5.
Brian Ward off a loose ball situation at the midfield. Some sloppy defense by Nazareth, and Salisbury converting. Started with a loose ball situation. You can see Nazareth slow to get back into the hole defensively, and Ward beats Swinburne. Nothing you can do as a goaltender there. Defensively, you've got to get back into the hole. Radaball with a beautiful cross-field look to Ward. Give Radaball a lot of credit for that look. It's about a 40-yard pass. He found him open on the backside.
Shows you how dangerous it can be for your team to get into a foot race with Salisbury. Too many offensive weapons. Here comes off the faceoff. Watch out. Tried to get it over to the wingman. That time it was Paul Smith. A throw behind Paul Smith by Jamie Block. They've thrown a couple different guys out there on the faceoffs, and they're all doing pretty well.
Yeah, they all do. Block and Monaglio both face off almost 70%. They're both clampers, and that's when you clamp technique is when you roll your hands on top of the ball and goose it out.
They're about 70% right now, 9-3 so far. Weinberg comes out with a goal. Game tied at 5. It was 4-1. Nazareth early on. But 4 of the last 5 goals have been scored by Salisbury State, including one in an open net that really started the whole thing. Shot in close by the big guy. Trent Brown, a finisher, 6'5" from Syracuse. And he nails that one. 1-goal lead for Nazareth.
There's Brown, 6'5". Only a sophomore, 27 goals. Watch Getz on this play. He gets double-teamed, yet he has the patience and poise to find Brown, and Brown, elevator shot. Starts in the first floor, lifts it up to the 6th. Low to high. Betcher goes down early on those. He drops down, and he's elevated up in the top corner. But give Getz with the assist a lot of credit. He was triple-teamed, and yet he found Brown all alone. The aggressive style defense of Salisbury that time burned.
There Getz. Unselfish, giving Nazareth a 6-5 lead. Only 5 goals for Salisbury so far, and their average around 25 per game. So they're on a pace right now for about 17 maybe goals. Not a non-offensive game, but for this team, they're just scoring a lot more. This is Berge, getting a lot of attention. Up front, they tried to get the cutting man, Reiner. Push call on Salisbury State, I'm going to guess. Nope. Push call against Nazareth. Or offsides. The offsides call, no push. Offsides on Nazareth, gives the ball back to Salisbury State in yellow. That's the Nazareth good-looking purple seagull. Or, I'm sorry, flying Golden Flyers uniform. Mouth guard's mandatory now in all the uniforms or all the teams for the NCAA rules, but most of the guys have them hanging out of their mouth, kind of tough to play with.
That time we're going to have a push on Nazareth. The crowd didn't like that. Earlier, they didn't call the push, and on that play they did. This is Scotty Nelson in his 10th year as the Nazareth head coach, giving the officials some grief on the sideline.
Brian Silcott just passed him to the coach's left outright. Silcott plays for the Major Indoor Lacrosse League. Rochester Nighthawks. Ball loose up in front. Weinberg finally gets control. He's protecting the crease area. Got 4 seconds to get it out of there. He's in trouble. Where's his help? Now they've got nobody in the goal. Weinberg's way out. Trouble. Kaufman up front. Knocked down at the last minute, but still trouble. Berge. Two of the goals for Salisbury State have started with Weinberg getting caught out of the net. This is a guy who might be better off staying between the pipes.
This is a guy who should stay between the pipes. Only 5'6", 160. He doesn't have blinding speed. He's doing a nice job in the cage. But this second chance opportunity, this is Griner to Berge for the goal. Off stick side, beats him on the pipe. This all started with the faulty clear. You know, you can't give Salisbury second and third chance opportunities. They're going to burn you, and that time they did, and that's the second time this game that they've capitalized on that type of situation.
A lot of unsettled defense there. The defense still wasn't settled from that loose ball situation, even though Weinberg is back in.
Berge gets on the board. Last year in the championship game, he had 5 goals and was named MVP.
10-3 in favor of Salisbury in the face-off. That shot off of the face mask, it looked like, of Weinberg. Whoa. 6-6 the score. All time, Salisbury State has not led. They've tied it twice. 3 times, I guess. 1-1. 1-1, 5-5, 6-6. Salisbury trying to go backside. It was picked off right in the middle by Paul Smith. Looked to me like he was going to try and go all the way across the crease to some of his other attackmen, but it was Smith who picked it off and just redirected it.
Unselfish offense for Salisbury. We know they can score goals. Now you see why. They have impressive stats, but they're unselfish. This is Kaufman dodging with his head up. He can see inside, behind the back pass to Smith. Kaufman can do it all. 76 goals on the season, a behind-the-back assist. Take a look at this angle. He's got his head up, and sees the field, and Smith makes the easy play on the back end there. Jason Kaufman with the assist. Paul Smith with the easy layup goal.
And Salisbury State with their first lead of the day.
Missing from point-blank range. Betcher either got a piece of that or it nicked the pipe. We're going to have a foul. Take a look at the hit late. That one hit the pipe. Watch 27 there. That's a late hit. That's a minute violation. Bellotti for Salisbury State. Here it is again. That ball hit off the crossbar. Getting dumped to the turf. That's a minute violation right there.
So it'll be an extra man play for Nazareth. They're down by 1. They've led throughout this game. This is the first lead for Salisbury. 7:30 left. Start out in a 1-3-2. And from behind the goal. Rockford. Out front, can't pick it up. Powers can't get it off the ground. They may lose this opportunity.
Loose ball push against Nazareth, so they lose it there. Some nice stick work by the Salisbury defense. Getting a piece of that pass, that's why Palace had some trouble scooping it up.
Nazareth 0 for 1. This will be 0 for 2 if they don't get one here. Second opportunity for them, an extra man.
They still have some time here. There's a full minute penalty.
Tomorrow we've got Division I finals. Maryland, upset winner over Hopkins. Their tough defense, maybe the best in Division I and all of lacrosse probably, against Syracuse, the running and gunning team. It'll be live. 10:55 start. It'll face off at 11. Join us on ESPN. Right here we've got Salisbury State with a 1-goal lead. Nazareth in purple with the ball. Still extra men. 6:05. They got a 3-3 going. They're all out in front of the goal. Can't get it through the long sticks. Got a shot or a feed. It was tough to get it through all those sticks. When you're all in front of the goal, you've got a lot of defense in front of you. Salisbury on the run. Agee takes the shot. It goes wide. Agee from Crofton, Maryland.
Salisbury makes defensive stops into offensive shots so easily. McQueenie with that outlet pass, put on a little speed at the midfield line. Next thing you know, you're right on top of the goal. They can really turn their offense, they turn their defense into their offense rather quickly.
And by bringing it down to the offensive end, penalty over. To even strength. Salisbury leading by 1. Close game. Nazareth trying to beat, many fingers, the unbeatable team in Division III. Salisbury trying to clear the ball up. Good juke move by Roberts. Roberts got somebody on the far side. Geary, but elects to give it to Palace. I haven't heard much from Palace, the finisher, for a while. Looks like after Palace scores 3 of the first 4 goals, Clint, in the first 12 minutes of the game, they've maybe adjusted their defense on him. They're not leaving him alone very often. Berge takes a shot. Boy, that was a tough move. Running right over the top of Brendan Coffey.
Widener, one of the flashiest long stick defensemen I've seen in a while, with a behind-the-back pass to Berge on the defensive end. Not the biggest kid, but he can really handle that long stick.
Salisbury State, easy finishing shot right in front of John Burdett, a short stick midfielder. That is Paul Smith, 2 goals in a row, 8-6 Salisbury. Burdett, the short stick midfielder, was on him, and he just gave up a step.
Well, this is the tough thing about playing defense against Salisbury. You've got to slide there. Mergat penetrates. You have to slide. You need the second slide also. You got to shift over and pick up Smith. Smith's man went to help out on Mergat because he had penetrated. And then as a team defense, you need that second slide
Backdoor
also.
slide,
exactly.
to catch him up.
The matchup problems, it stems from your inability to stop a guy one-on-one. The key is to stop the initial penetration.
And Paul Smith's smart enough that when his man slides, he follows him into the hole, and it's very tough to play defense on him at all. Watch out again. McQueenie with the ball, getting it behind Salisbury State. 2-goal lead and possession. Defense still unsettled. McQueenie can't beat Weinberg.
A lot of confidence. McQueenie there from point-blank range. Didn't have much of an angle. He tried to use that stick. Got it high in the air, but Weinberg held his ground and went stick on stick and made the easy save. McQueenie then stepped in the crease, and that's why Nazareth has the ball.
Tell you what, faceoffs are killing him. This game is only a 2-goal game. Salisbury lead by 2. Nazareth led early, yet they've been just dominated in the faceoff department. 12 for Salisbury, only 4. So 8 more possessions for Salisbury. Nazareth brings it down. Tom Fritz finally gives it up. Powell behind. Powell hasn't controlled very much from down there. In close. Tried to hit cutting Terry Getz. Powell showing he's not afraid to go to the cooker. They haven't had much control. Salisbury gets it back. Shot in close. 3 goals for number 17, Paul Smith, and 3 in a row. Hat trick. 1, 2, 3.
40 goals on the season for Smith. This kid was questionable for this game. He's got a bruised kidney. He had an MRI after the quarterfinal win over Hampton City, and there he gets his 3rd in a row. 2 goals against Hobart last season, 40 on the season. He's got a hat trick, 3 in a row.
And a timeout called for the Nazareth squad. They're up by 3. Salisbury is threatening to run away with this one if they're not corralled quickly. Salisbury State can score in big bunches. Nazareth regrouping. We've got 4.5 minutes left in the first.
What are friends? Friends are there to pick you up when you're feeling a little down. Friends are there to rearrange someone's face when they're acting like a clown. Friends are a hamster, a fish, and an owl in Kirby's Dreamland 2. If you ain't fighting on their side, well, man, I'd pity you.
Kirby's back in the Flappy One brought 3 rowdy friends. It's a punked-up, powered-up Kirby and Kirby's Dreamland 2. New for Game Boy and Super Game Boy.
Will you be my friend?
Polar Beach by Arctic Ocean. Music by Metallica and Hole. Light Show by Mother Nature. And Ice by Molson. Molson Ice. The Molson Ice Polar Beach Party. Labor Day weekend 1995. Also appearing Veruca Salt and Moist. Tuktoyaktuk, Arctic Canada. Get up there.
A good crowd here at Byrd Stadium for the 25th anniversary of NCAA Lacrosse. The Division III championships. One day before the Division I championships will be live on ESPN tomorrow. Don't miss that, 11 a.m. We're on the air at 10:55. But right now, we're live on the Deuce with great action. Salisbury State and Evian Rain. Camera crew totally protected against any kind of weather. Lee Felsmo, Quinn Kesnick, Christy Lee's on the sideline. Same crew that you'll meet if you watch our mill coverage on ESPN2. Indoor lacrosse starts in around January, going through April. Into April for the championships. Right now, though, Nazareth and Purple trying to get back into this game. 9-6, they're down by 3, and Quint, they had things going earlier, and a couple mistakes really cost them. A couple of goals with nobody in there took some of the steam out of their offense.
Yeah, 2 garbage goals. The failure to clear. Weinberg getting a little over-aggressive out of the cage. Those 2 goals are really one of the key differences right now. I think those 2 goals combined with the face-off differential is really why Salisbury is leading Nazareth by 3.
Face-off differential 13-4. Really got to start solving that if you're Nazareth. Nelson's got to be concerned. He needs more possessions. Salisbury State now controls with Margat, the midfielder, coming behind against the short stick defender. Amazing. See, the pole is just not as long as the natural defenseman. He slips on the grass. Margat looks up top. Berge, and he gets it checked in the face of Wolf. I'm sorry, that's been Ewing, number 35, with that check. Here comes now Nazareth with a little bit of control.
Nice ground ball play there by Marcus Santana for Nazareth. On the near sideline, made the play.
Palace with McGueeney on him. McGueeney, the tough defender for Salisbury State, really making it tough for Palace to get anything going. Rompus, sliding Berkey, can't pick him up. In front, good finishing shot by Ed Geary. Geary gets his 2nd goal of the game. Well, they created some problems, Quint, by moving it in, beating one man, and the slide started happening. They just looked for the open guy.
Nice look by Rothfuss. It looked as if he was going to shoot. Right here, he penetrated, but he's got his head up. You can see the whole field. And you can see all the Salisbury defensemen are looking at the ball, and they don't know where their man is. And there's Geary sitting in the open space, in the open seam, and he beats Betcher. So poor defense, or you can't stare at the ball. You've got to take an eye on the ball and an eye on your man. You've got to keep your head on a swivel. And you can see all the Salisbury uniforms there in yellow and gold. We're staring at the ball, and Geary gets the goal on a feed from Rothfuss. He's got a goal and an assist.
9-7 now, 2-goal game, 2:45 left. Team that's aggressive in the sliding department. Of course, 2 and 3 passes, that takes advantage of that. So Nazareth played that perfectly. Another face-off notched up for Salisbury. 14-4 in that department, and that's something I'm sure they'll talk about at halftime. That's killing them as much as anything else. Salisbury gets the offense moving. Jason Coffin inside. Double team doesn't stop him, but Weinberg does. Whoa. Watch up front. That one hits the defender. Doesn't even get through. The shot taken by Monar. Coffin now to try to get it. He's pushed from behind.
Smart play by Kaufman right there. I don't know if he was hardly touched, but he dove down, and the ref fell for that call. Salisbury on the attack.
Paul Smith. Paul Smith has a hat trick, the last 3 goals in a row for Salisbury State. Weinberg gets that ball as it flies out of the stick of Leonard. And he just plain old lost it. Mazak showing some speed against Monar. Mazak checked from behind, doesn't get it off. He waited too long. Spada came in and helped him out. Fast break for Salisbury. Number 20, Dennis Leonard, coast to coast. 10-7, 3-goal lead. Leonard's first goal of the game.
You get into an up and back type full field 80-yard game against Salisbury, and you're going to lose. Dennis Leonard, nice bounce shot. Look at that ball skim off this wet grass over the shoulder of Weinberg, who is only 5'6" in the goal. Nice camera angle right there. You can see that bounce shot the way you want to work it in front of the goal, in front of the crease, and get it to kick to the upper sections of the net. Nazareth, they've got to control the ball on offense. That last time down, they made one play, and they lost it. They've got to settle, get into their offense, force Salisbury to play some half-field defense.
You don't want to give them the dominating so much on the face-offs. When you do get possession, you're absolutely right. You've got to go ahead and take advantage of them a little bit. Yeah, I'm sure Nazareth is thinking that they'd rather probably play in a little bit of a transitional mode, try to get the defense moving for Salisbury. Here comes Nazareth, down by 3. Brendan Coffey loses the ball. Oh, the ball by Mergad, who tried to throw it up, bounced off the chest of Ed Geary. 1 minute left, 1:07 exactly. 3-goal lead for Salisbury in yellow.
Mergat's a real talent. He's a transfer from Potsdam State, New York. He's actually from upstate New York, Dexter, New York, which is a lot closer to Nazareth than it is to Salisbury, which is on the eastern shore of Maryland.
Salisbury State now bringing the ball in. Griner. They'll try to get the last shot, going with a 4-goal lead instead of a 3, and they give it to their big guy, Margat. He really initiates a lot of the offense in midfield. Weinberg, sweeping save. This will be tough, and it just goes wide. First save, not too hard, but then Berkey got it up front, and he just misses the cage. But that was a tough one for Weinberg to follow up on. Salisbury State up top, shot bounces off the defense. Weinberg picks it up with 40 seconds left. Nazareth has a chance to get a shot. About a half a minute left if they can clear it. Not always that easy. Rothfuss. Trouble. 2 and 3 players. He needs help. Being ragged by Berkey. Berkey trying to rat check, gets the ball down. Berkey and Mergat just double teamed him, and Huey didn't have a chance.
You can Salisbury, they step up and they double and triple team you all over the field, and if you can't run and take that pressure, you're going to lose the ball.
Got to give it up if you're Nazareth. Move the ball in the air. Watch out for the shot by Kaufman. Time winding down, less than 10 seconds. And this will end the first half. Time runs out. Salisbury State was down 4-1. And they scored 9 of the next 15 goals. Nelson a little bit stunned there, talking to his coaching staff before he comes off. Salisbury State very comfortable charging off the field. Undefeated defending champion Salisbury State. Nazareth with a great program and a great history now in building in Division III. A past champion from '92. Byrd Stadium crowd enjoying the great lacrosse action, moving toward tomorrow's finals in Division I. It's a weekend of full activity, 25th anniversary. When we come back, we'll have our halftime from Byrd Stadium. Division III, Salisbury leads by 3.
If you're a New York fan of New York sports,
have we got a show for you?
Modell Sports on 1, the last word.
On New York 1.
Every night at 11:30.
Where New York fans always have the last word.
I really hope they do lose Friday.
Come on out.
New York's only television talk sports show.
I'd like to talk about the Rangers.
I knew that, so I have the stick ready to go.
Every night at 11:30.
Modell Sports on 1, the last word.
On New York 1.
Modell Sports on 1, the last word, is sponsored by Modell Sporting Goods. You got to go to Moe's.
All of the action and excitement of 25 years of the NCAA Men's Lacrosse Championship has been captured by sports artist Ken Call. Purchase this 24 by 36-inch artwork as an unframed poster for just $14.95. Frame posters for $59.95 and limited edition lithographs for $89.95 also are available. Order yours with Visa or MasterCard today by calling toll-free 1-800-217-4545. That's 1-800-217-4545.
We're at halftime here at College Park, Maryland at Byrd Stadium. Christy Lee, 10-7, Salisbury State leading Nazareth. I'm joined now by Jim Berkman, the head coach for Salisbury State Seagulls. Now, please explain to me how the weather is affecting your team so far.
Well, it's a little slippery out there, so we've had a few kids that are pretty quick that's preventing them to maybe making some of the quicker dodges, but they have some quick kids, so I think it's a trade-off. You know, they're slipping a little bit out there also.
But Nazareth seems to have slowed the tempo down maybe just a little bit.
Well, I don't know. I think they've gone at us pretty good. I think it's been a pretty fast-paced game. You know, they're playing at a pace that we like right now.
Are you surprised it's this close at halftime?
Yeah, I knew they were a great team coming into the game. You know, their goalies had a great half, too. You know, we've had a lot of shots, and hopefully a few more fall this half, and we can get a couple more goal lead here.
Looks like if you can draw him out a goal a couple more times, you may score more, too.
Yeah, he's tough in that cage. You know, we got to make the extra fake, and we got to get the ball in a little bit closer. We've shot the ball a little bit too far out in the first half.
Thank you very much, Coach.
All right,
good luck in the second half. We'll be back with more highlights and some special guests as halftime continues in Division III National Championships with Salisbury State leading 10-7 at the half.
Taste test, the Whopper beat the Big Mac. Then the Whopper beat Wendy's single. So come in and get the Whopper with fries and a drink for $2.99 for a value you might call unbeatable. Burger King, get your burger's worth.
The newest way you can cure athlete's foot is the way doctors cure it, with the same ingredient they've prescribed millions of times. It's new prescription strength Desonex. Nothing cures athlete's foot better. New prescription strength Desonex, the doctor's cure.
Beyond the Arctic Circle, beyond the tree line, beyond experience. The Molson Ice Polar Beach Party, Labor Day weekend 1995, with Metallica and Hole. Also appearing Veruca Salt and Moist. Tuktoyaktuk, Arctic Canada. Get up there.
We're back in College Park. The Seagulls, as expected, with a lead, but maybe not as much of a lead as they thought they would get over the great team from Nazareth in upstate New York. The crowd expected to reach around 15,000 in this record-setting championship weekend from College Park. Leif Elsmo with Quinn Kesnick back here with you. And this half was a great half for Nazareth at the beginning.
Yeah, they really played well. They capitalized on the Salisbury mistakes. They were passing the ball real sharp. Towards the end of the first half, though, they got a little sloppy. I think they got a little selfish offensively. When Salisbury steps out and plays you defensively, you've got to pass the ball and pass it quickly.
Well, they started out with some great offense, led by the guy that can really finish, Palace.
Yeah, Palace was sharp early. He's got a hat trick. This is his second goal of the game, and at this stage in the game, Nazareth was doing a good job. This is off a clearing situation. You can see the over-aggression by Salisbury down low to the left-hander Palace. Watch the fakes here. Dips his shoulder and beats Betcher, the Salisbury goalie. He is money in the bank from in tight.
Of course, then we had Berge with another unsettled situation getting a goal here.
Yeah, failure to clear by Nazareth led to this goal. This was a second chance opportunity, and Berge beats Weinberg, the Nazareth goalie, who has played good at times in the cage. Another Salisbury goal right here. Game see Paul Smith, who scored 3 in the first half. Watch the little head fake right there. That dropped the stick of Weinberg, the goalie, and then he put it over his shoulder. And here's Smith's third goal. Watch the behind-the-back feed by Jason Kaufman right there, finding Smith all alone in front. Kaufman can score, and he also can feed.
The game was 6-6 before Smith went on a tear, scoring 3 in a row. Let's take a look at the stats at halftime.
The key stats right there. You want to take a look at the faceoffs. 14 for Salisbury State and only 5 for Nazareth. And saves, obviously, Weinberg for Nazareth. He's been tested with 10 saves.
Big day in the goal. 32 shots for Salisbury State so far, so a lot of pressure on Weinberg. He'll have to keep it up, the big play in the net, if that team's going to have a chance to win.
Palace, the offensive leader, 52 goals coming in. He's got 3 already. Geary's done a nice job with 2. Rothfuss 1 and 2, and Brown with a goal for Nazareth. For Salisbury, it's been Smith with the hat trick, Radabaugh, 2 goals, 1 assist. Murgati's done a nice job. He's a catalyst. He likes to shoot and feed with 2 assists. Kaufman 1-1, and Berge with that goal we saw earlier.
Nazareth will have to move the scoring load around. Palos can't do it by himself. They've still got a great chance. They're only down by 3. Another half of action coming up.
Why do you watch New York 1 in the morning?
I watch in the morning before I leave my house to know what's going on.
You know, my favorite is the coverage of the newspapers.
I just like to get a quick overview of what's in the papers.
It's good. It's brief and it's to the point, and it's what I want. I get a lot of good information from New York 1.
News, weather, information, and a look at what's in the papers. That's why New Yorkers are watching New York 1 in the morning, every morning.
New York 1 cause there's only one New York.
Last summer, I went to summer camp. We went to the most beautiful place I've ever been. There I found things to do and things to learn, and a brand new best friend. I'd known her all my life, but up there, she was different. We did fun stuff together. It made me feel happy to know more about myself and nature. But I'm gladdest that I got to know my mom.
The Salvation Army Summer Camps. Each year, we help more than 100,000 people get back to the basics.
Before they made it to the show, they played here. The College World Series from Omaha, Nebraska comes to you live on ESPN and ESPN2. College baseball's Elite 8 vie for the national championship. Action starts Saturday, June 3rd at 8:30 on ESPN2. History in the making.
It's been a great weekend here in College Park, Maryland, the 25th anniversary of NCAA Lacrosse, and it continues with another great championship game. Division III, Salisbury State is leading Nazareth 10-7. Joining me now, special guest at halftime, is Barry Paulus, the coach of the Rochester Nighthawks in the Major Indoor Lacrosse League. But you also have a very strong connection to the Nazareth team here, the Golden Flyers. Your younger brother, Neil, who's been the leading scorer, I believe, for your team so far in this first half.
Right. Neil leads their team in goals and points, and right now he has 3 goals. 1 more goal ties him for the school record for goals in one season. So our family's down here cheering Neil on, and hopefully they can come together, put their halftime, that first half behind them, and come tie the game up and go on from there.
Okay, now I'm going to put you into the coaching microscope. This is your job. What would you do in the second half?
Well, I think right now they have to concentrate on clearing the ball. They've had some difficulty getting, once Ben makes the save, is getting the ball upfield. They got to just settle down a little bit, hit the open man, and I think just settle down on clearing-wise. Offensively, they're doing well, but they don't have the ball enough to work their plays. So I think they're just going to have a couple key moments, as far as clearing the ball, set offense, and I think they can get right back into it.
Do you ever take Neil aside and say, hey, come here, this is what I would do if I were you?
Oh, I always do that. But, knowing from experience, we got a great relationship because I've coached Neil for 5 years, played with him during the summer and summer ball, and, we're just out here enjoying the championship and just wishing him well.
And a couple of your players are actually assistant coaches for this team.
Right. We got Brian Silcott and Jeremy Hollenbeck, and so there's a whole family tie there with the Nighthawks and Nazareth, so it's nice and comfy down here.
All right. Well, enjoy your weekend, Barry. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
All right. We have more. Believe it or not, we have another very special guest. You'll want to stick around as lacrosse continues here on ESPN2. It's halftime, folks, at College Park, Maryland.
Polar Beach by Arctic Ocean. Music by Metallica and Hole. Light Show by Mother Nature. And Ice by Molson. Molson Ice. The Molson Ice Polar Beach Party. Labor Day weekend 1995. Also appearing, Veruca Salt and Moist. Tuktoyaktuk, Arctic, Canada. Get up there.
Bridgestone, the next revolution in tires.
It's breakfast, a whole new kind of breakfast with this new kind of Kellogg's Pop-Tarts, Kellogg's low-fat Pop-Tarts. But low-fat's not the half of it. There's this incredibly fruity filling that makes your mouth want to shout, hey, this is incredibly fruity filling. And the crust, it just makes you want to shout, hey, this is unbelievable crust. And this great Kellogg's Pop-Tarts taste is low in fat, which only makes you want to tango to the toaster for another. And you think to yourself, self, doesn't it take two to tango?
New Kellogg's low-fat Pop-Tarts, only from Kellogg.
Do you know how much sprinkles you got? More from this can than you thought. Fill the bowl from a Pringles can. Got as much as this bag. Amazing, man. Can you believe how much Pringles you got? So pop, the Pringles don't stop. Get the great taste you want, not the greasy mess this bag's got. Pringles, once you pop, so much more than you ever thought. You can't stop.
Halftime continues here in Maryland. You folks in Philadelphia may recognize this face, our special guest. Bill Berge is joining us. He, of course, played for the Philadelphia Eagles for many, many years. You were part of Super Bowl 15. How many All-Pro titles? I can't even go on.
Well, I made All-Pro 7 times, and I played in 6 Pro Bowl games, and played in Super Bowl 15 back in 1980. But, Christy, there's nothing in the world like watching your own kid out there on the lacrosse field, and you really can't do anything about it. And it's really exciting. Last year, I think I sat in my seat for about 2.5 minutes, and then from there I was just wandering all over the place, and it's about the same way now. Nazareth is really playing a great game.
Well, let's point out for those folks who don't know, your son Jake does play for Salisbury State. He has 1 goal in this game. Last year, he was the leading scorer against the Hobart team when they won the championship last year.
Jake got real hot last year, and he scored some goals when they really needed to, but he's struggling a little bit the first half. I don't think we're going to see the end of him, but we've got such a deep team. The depth on this Salisbury team, it's incredible, but really have to give a lot of credit to Nazareth. They're playing an excellent game. Last year we went up to Nazareth, and I think the score was 20-2, and they have, I guess, something to prove, but it's an exciting game, and let's see what happens the second half, Christy. It's going to be good.
What about the physical similarities between lacrosse and football? I know you never played the game of lacrosse, correct?
I didn't play the game of lacrosse, but they have the shoulder pads and they've got the elbow pads, but there's some good banging around, and if these guys don't know what they're doing, they can really get wiped out, blindsided, and we have the blindside shots in football too. So that's why I love this game so much. It's fast, it's nonstop, and there's a lot of action in it.
You know, you have a very active family. Jake's not the only one who's involved in sports.
Well, my oldest son has been the leading scorer for the University of Delaware's ice hockey program for the last 4 years, and he just received first team college All-American. He's going to be playing for the Charlotte Checkers in the Eastern League, which is a farm team of the Boston Bruins. So it's ice hockey in the winter, it's lacrosse in the spring, it's football in the fall.
And a real proud dad standing next to me. Get back to your pacing, Mr. Berge. Thank you for joining us.
Okay, Christy, thank you very much.
It's time to go back and start the second half with Leaf and Quint.
All right, thank you, Christy. Back to second half action. We're just getting underway. A 3-goal lead for Salisbury. Jake Berge and company as they get the first shot of the second half. Dan Margot comes right down, and no defensive posture on him. Nobody came over to block that shot, Quint.
Nice save by Weinberg there. Couldn't get a stick on it, but he slid his body across Weinberg real quick in the cage. He's a hockey goalie in high school. Makes the crucial first save of the second half.
15-5 in faceoff. They continue to dominate. There's no way I think that Nazareth's going to win this game if they don't sort of equalize that faceoff mismatch. Working up top again, Margot takes yet another shot. He's got 2 shots in the second half in only the first 30 seconds. That one misses the cage. Hoffman initiates from behind, 32. Strong, staffed attacking comes in, far side. All the way up to Berge! Got it! Well, we just talked to his dad. Second goal for his son, Jake. And he's a happy guy. That gives Salisbury a 4-goal lead. They came out pretty aggressively. 3 shots and 1 goal.
Watch the replay right there. Berge with a little face dodge, puts the ball on his left hand. Very patient inside. There's the face dodge, right to left. Beats the defender and puts it over the shoulder of Weinberg, who looked to be guessing low. A lot of poise for Berge. He beat the first guy. He took his time taking the shot. Not the fastest shot, but on the goal. 3 goals and 2 assists last week in the semifinals, and he's got 2 here this afternoon.
Facing off for Nazareth here is Terry Getz. And finally, Getz comes up with that one. Tries to get it across to his teammate, and Geary can't pick it up. Ball out of bounds, so crucial mistake. They come up with a face-off and then throw the thing away on the far side.
And that can happen against a team like Salisbury. They're pressuring you all over the field. You get antsy. You're worried about being double-teamed. You're worried about turning the ball over, and you make a bad pass. You've got to value each possession, take care of the ball, but you've got to play with some confidence and some poise. Know that the man will be there, but protect the ball.
Salisbury State now with the ball. 4-goal lead, only a minute into the second half. Out front for Salisbury. Sean Radeball.
Radeball's an attack when he's dodging now against the midfielder. This matchup really favors Radeball with the ball.
McDermott working against him. Radeball just misses the far pipe. Obviously, they're trying to work that one-on-one. Now they switch over and put a long stick defender on him. Santana goes over. He'll be playing Radeball right now. Kaufman pushing in from the far side. Double team on Kaufman. Somebody's open up top. There he is, number 2. It's Monar, but Monar doesn't get it. Inside shot and a goal. Sean Radeball gets loose. 3rd goal of the day for Radeball. Santana was playing him, but the slide package left him open.
Kaufman's got such a complete game with this feed inside. Watch the look inside. He can dodge and he can feed. Finds Radeball behind the back. That's the time you want to do that behind the back shot. Radeball, he increases his angle by catching it and bringing it towards the center of the cage, beating Weinberg. Those two work together so well. They're the Batman and Robin of the Salisbury State team.
And Santana almost gave up on the play, thinking that Radeball was through the cylinder, through the crucial shooting area. Didn't really count on the behind-the-back shot.
That's the best time for it right there. When you're decreasing your angle, swing the ball behind your back, and it opens up about 3 extra feet of the game.
5-goal lead. Salisbury now scoring the first 2 goals of the second half. They take this game obviously seriously, just like Nazareth does, but the coaching staff for Salisbury, Quint, met for about 3 minutes before they even left the field at the end of the first half. They obviously made some adjustments.
Key quarter this season for Salisbury has been the 3rd quarter. Crucial mid-season game against Gettysburg. They scored 12 goals in the 3rd quarter, so they really can explode. They've scored double digits in a single quarter 4 times this year. Outstanding offensive explosion.
Those teams might average in the low teens, so that's saying something. A lot of offense. 13 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. 12-7, a 5-goal lead. Live coverage of the Division III championship on the Deuce. Division I tomorrow on ESPN, starting at 10:55. Face off at 11. Maryland against Syracuse. But if you want to see some baseball, don't forget Sunday Night Baseball. Los Angeles Dodgers against the Montreal Expos. The Dodgers take the field without veteran catcher Mike Piazza, but outfielder Raul Mondesi is the heavy hitter for the Dodgers tonight. Of course, Quint, you know it's Mondesi. Yes? It's Mondesi. Just testing it. That's all on ESPN, Major League Baseball. Right now, the Deuce, though, covering the Division III finals for Lacrosse. Hard shots from out front. Defense looking a little bit scattered now, a little bit separated because they're trying to pressure Salisbury a little bit. Shots coming from right in front. And Salisbury gets another goal. Not wasting any time, up by 6.
Joe Milano, Jr. out of Bel Air, Maryland, which is north of Baltimore by about 40 minutes. Really seeing his first action, and you can see the depth of Salisbury. Get a TO, Nazareth.
And they do call a timeout. Nazareth trying to regroup. They're down by 6 now. 3 straight goals for Salisbury. They've got to stop this offensive truck. It's moving. It's rolling. And we'll be back.
There is a place in Gramercy Park where you can leave the hustle, bustle, and stroll right into a Hudson Valley farmhouse, where meals are hearty and people are like old friends. where fresh fruits and vegetables keep you company wherever you're sick. Be sure to bring home a taste of the country from the bakery with its superb breads, fruity muffins, and deep dish pies, all baked the old-fashioned way. Enjoy this cozy wooden gem. It's called Friend of a Farmer, and it's in a place called Gramercy Park.
Their name says nobody beats them, but Willoughby's beats them every day. They say they shop the competition to get you the best price, but they must not be shopping at Willoughby's, because Willoughby's has been selling cameras since 1898. That's unbeatable. And so is this. Bring in any camera ad from Nobody Beats the Wiz, and Willoughby's will beat that price. Plus, you'll get 10% of the difference, or the camera is yours for free. So remember, when it comes to cameras, Willoughby's is unbeatable.
We're back at College Park, Bird Stadium, the 25th anniversary for NCAA lacrosse. They set a record yesterday in the Division I semifinals, 30,000 plus. Today, an all-time Division III record, 15,768. And the records keep moving on. Sunshine, who needs it? It's a great day for lacrosse. And this Division III final hasn't always been part of the Final Four and Division I package.
That's right. About 3 years ago, they moved this game to the Sunday in between the semifinal and National Division I championship, and it's been a really good move. This game used to be played at the home site of the higher seed in front of 3,000 or 4,000 people, but now these athletes get to perform in front of 15,000 year after year.
And the crowd loves it. It's great lacrosse. Salisbury trying to knock it down. They do. 14-7. They're up by 7. They have looked dramatically different in the second half, or I might say Nazareth has looked a little flat. Salisbury coming out very hard in the second half and really has controlled the ball for the first 3 minutes.
The long stick, McQueenie, nicknamed T-Rex, Tyrannosaurus Rex McQueenie, the outstanding Division III defenseman of last season, scores his 5th goal of the season. Watch the speed, watch the power. If you're Nazareth, you got to pick this guy up. He's got 21 shots on the season, and he makes that one count. Big goal from McQueenie, who has missed the last 2 games due to a suspension.
4 goals in 3 minutes for Salisbury to blow this thing wide open. 15 seconds between the last 2 goals. Timeout by Nazareth. Not being very effective. And it all comes back to the face-off cue. They're not getting possession of the face-off, and they don't do it again. 16-17 now and 7. A lot of talk from Weinberg. Began barking out defensive signals. Position his players.
Procedure goal, he's withholding the ball.
You got it firsthand right there from the official, withholding the ball. He put his stick over the ball. Got to keep the ball playable to all players.
So Mazak tries for the clear here. Nazareth not particularly sharp clearing the ball today.
No, they've had problems clearing it, and they've had problems on faceoffs, and that's really cut back on their number of possessions. From a time of possession standpoint, they're getting annihilated right now.
And that was a good example of what they might be doing wrong. Here's Mazak bringing it up, trying to go against 3 players, and Salisbury's been very aggressive in their slides. You've got to move the ball 2 and 3 times to get away from that aggressive defense.
Yeah, Nazareth cannot run past Salisbury. The players on Salisbury are faster and bigger. They've got to use quick passing and a lot of movement off the ball to generally progress the ball up the field. Short 10-yard passes.
Salisbury seems to be just anxious to make the slide. Of course, that can work to your favor. If you anticipate the slide, hit the open man, you're in good shape.
But they're not anticipating, so they're not in good shape in that regard.
Salisbury has the ball again. The big lead. Dennis Leonard behind. Played by Rothfuss. Now it goes over to the other side. Monar going against the short stick of Sparks. Monar gets checked in the back of the head. The slide comes over. Now he's against a long stick defender up top. Inside. Oh my gosh. Trying to get it inside was Jason Kaufman. Finally, Nazareth gets a free ride all the way up.
Kaufman's now going to play some defense. If you're Nazareth, you want to isolate against Kaufman, the natural attackman, not particularly fast either.
Well, there's a matchup. Rothfuss has got him. Kaufman saying, somebody take him, somebody take him. And Rothfuss not giving him a chance to set. He makes a lunging move and knocks the ball down. Kaufman does the job. Didn't look pretty, Q, but it did the job, didn't it?
He was losing his feet. He managed to get 2 hands on Rothfuss, and Rothfuss lost the ball. He was burnt but Rothfuss couldn't control.
Offsides on the play. It'll go back the other way. Let's take a look at how Kaufman.
Watch it right there. Kaufman. More of a tackling trip right there.
Yeah,
but he
Berge
got the job done. He got the job done.
I think Bill Berge was over there saying, nice move, good tackle, good form.
Yeah, really stepped up nice and delivered the blow there, didn't he?
He did. Pads on. 9:45 left, third quarter. 7-goal lead for Salisbury. Rothfuss can't beat the long stick.
That's Widener.
Widener looks for help as he gets it up now. It's Berge inside. Oh, Smith can't get the shot off. Now we're going back and forth. Rothfuss, can he beat the speed? Look at the team speed from Salisbury State. 2, 3 passes. Palace finally finishes. Great movement for Nazareth, and Palace finally gets the ball in front. That's the winning combination early on. Finally, they get transition, take advantage again.
Nazareth likes the transition game up north against the northern teams. They have yet to see a team with the speed of Salisbury. Watch this shot by Palace. This is beautiful. Beating Betcher to the near side. Palace showing his versatility early. Shot high. Now he shoots low. This kid's for real. He's only a junior. 55 goals in the season, 4 today. Honorable mention last season. I got to believe that he'll be a first-team Division III All-American this season.
And that shot was great, too, as a goalie. That was tough to see. He wrapped it around the defenseman to the near side.
Used the
very tough to read. Brings it back to a 14-8 score. And a face-off. Good sign. They lose it right away on the offensive end. Here comes Margot. 2-on-1. He's got a man in the middle of the field. See if he finds Block. Block, he doesn't go to him, shoots it right in, and he's got the goal. Margot had somebody open in the middle. It was number 33, Jamie Block, but he just took it himself.
He's a catalyst for Salisbury. Can do so many things. Got blinding speed right here. He gives a little fake like he's going to pass. It takes the low shot. Weinberg got a piece of that, but the ball trickles in the goal. Take a look at it again. He looks the defender off, gets a step, and just lets it go. That's one that Weinberg was making early. That tipped that save right there. You've got to make this kind of save if you want to stay close to a team like Salisbury State. But Margot, give him credit. 28 goals on the season. He can light it up.
Terry Gentz really just faded him to the left, probably thinking that that's an easy one for his goalie to save. Keep him out of the middle, fade him left. He did, and Weinberg just not coming up with that particular save. Back to a 15-8, 7-goal lead for Salisbury, and they gained most of that early moments of the third quarter here. They got 4 goals in a row. Of course, they ended up so strong in the second quarter. Delay call against Nazareth. Here comes McQueenie. And the ball checked out of his stick. Mazak just knocked it out.
McQueenie throwing some serious lumber on the far side.
Good save by Weinberg. Shot in that left-handed by Radeball. Here comes Nazareth working up from their offensive end. He's got a couple of people in the middle, but Salisbury just gets too much help there too quick. Feed by a totally riddled Mazak. Mazak had 2 or 3 guys just pounding him. Nazareth again, pushing the tempo, trying to get an open man. Big lunge. Erlin couldn't find him. Now behind the goal to Schmidt. Defense.
Nazareth's got to move the ball. Salisbury's going to extend their defense. Put a lot of pressure on you. The way to beat that is quick passing.
Coffey gets behind the goal. Look for the quick pass. Matchup now is Palace, number 8. He's in the middle of the field. They try to get the ball to him to finish. Queenie splits 3 people. Here he comes for the shot. Gives it off one time. Behind the back, and it's all over. That one really shows the athletic ability of Salisbury State. Starting with the transition of the great defenseman McQueenie, rather.
McQueenie, this is a signature Salisbury State goal. Starts with the long stick off the turnover. Watch the speed right here. Slicing through 3 Nazareth players. A little showtime action down below now. Behind the back, Kaufman. Little flip to Radeball, who's got the easy job. He's got to finish that without stepping in the crease. He does for his 4th goal of this game. McQueenie making it happen. Started that play. Kaufman and the dynamic duo Radeball down below. 4-2 on the game.
Textbook fast break. McQueenie going right to the middle of the field. Waited till the defender came, made contact. He gives it up. If you make 2 passes from there, there's nothing Weinberg could have done. 7:30 left, 8-goal lead for Salisbury State. They start to widen that margin. Temper start to get a little testy, as they always do in big games with proud athletes. If you like this action, you're going to love this tomorrow. Switch over for a little while to ESPN on the mothership. We've got Maryland against Syracuse. The number 4 seed upset Hopkins. Now they'll take on Syracuse. A dynamic running tempo they have. 11 o'clock face-off tomorrow. Don't miss it. Right on this field.
Widener with his 4th generated turnover of the game and a backhanded play. This kid can play.
Salisbury State making 2-3 passes. Tough to defend. Back up to the long stick. And knocked down at the last minute. Schmidt tried to get the shot off. Couldn't quite do it. And here comes Rothfuss. 3 players on him. Backed up beautifully. Palace out front. Watch out. Great save. Trent Brown had the full 36 square feet and a big save. All at the other end. 2 passes, a little bit cute. And an easy goal. Kaufman nails it.
It's getting ugly. Salisbury State. Betcher with the big one-on-one save. Kaufman's 2nd goal. Betcher starting to celebrate on the near side early. Did you see that outlet pass by Betcher? This is Kaufman. Time and room. He knows how to find the net. You love to work the upper portion. Look at the 3 Nazareth defense. Really doing nothing right there around the cage. You've got to step up and play these players. You give a kid time and room like that, he's going to find the net. Had 76 goals coming in. He is the best player at the Division III level, and he would be a certain starter for all the Division I programs in the top 10. Division I caliber player. From Carthage, New York, and we'll see a Carthage product tomorrow for Syracuse. Casey Powell, their freshman, both from that Carthage area, which is 2 hours north of Syracuse.
I think Roy Simmons said in the press briefing, he said, I'm not going to tell you where Carthage is.
Carthage is right near Watertown. Watch this outlet pass. This is something that you will just not see. This is fantastic play by Betcher behind the back.
Well, he was lucky, tell you the truth.
He was lucky.
He got it upfield. He had 2 guys that are tracking down. He's a lot of confidence. He's confident that his team is fast, and they got to the ball. Finishing off the other end, Kaufman. And the one thing we started to talk about was the flatness of Nazareth. Nazareth is getting worn out emotionally, I think, through this fast breaks time and time again. The slides just aren't working.
You can see, we've seen the explosion by Salisbury State. We talked earlier about Betcher, their goalie, having played in the Division I national title in 1991 for Towson State.
Then he went to a junior college program.
Quite a run for Towson State that year, and he played well in all of those games.
Shot goes out, taken by Ed Geary. Big load of goals to make up. 9 goals down.
There's Betcher right there. Ward Melville, Long Island product. Tremendous program in Ward Melville. 5 state titles.
Big target there, 6'5", Trent Brown, number 1. Palace now initiating. Just gets the shot off, backed up by number 17, Geary. If they shoot the ball, if the team closest to it on the shot gets possession in Lacrosse. Not real familiar with the rules. Live coverage, ESPN2 of the Division III Finals. Salisbury State against Nazareth. Salisbury State in yellow, undefeated, as is Nazareth coming in, but Salisbury, the defending national champions in Division III. Trent Brown, a big target, 6'5", looks like more of a finisher. Hold call against Salisbury State. Golden Flyers moving it in, trying to get some shots to get some offense going. Good pick, frees him up for a minute, give and go inside. Masick really did a great job of give and go. Look at Salisbury State, 2-1 in shots, killing them in that area. Trying to clear that ball, might not go out. It doesn't. They better track it down. Roberts was going to wait for it to roll out, and it just kind of curved back onto the field.
Almost like a third baseman tracking a bunt as it creeps up the line, but that one never rolled out of bounds.
And Salisbury State bring it down. Tom Fritz gives it up. Coffee. 17-8, 9-goal lead. It's been all Salisbury State, starting late in the first quarter, the first half rather, and then opening up this second half. They scored 4 straight and have had 7 out of the last 8 goals in this half. Turn, fire, and just 2 inches wide.
Close one right there. Mazak. Nice little pick action. You know, Nazareth, they're starting to do more picks for the ball, and I think that's creating some opportunities. Salisbury, they like to throw a lot of checks, and when you set a pick, it really interferes with the defenseman's flow.
A lot of tough defense up top there, working against Mazak. Mazak goes to left-hander and trying to finish off with Brown. They've really gotten a lot of stick checks on Brown. He's not real mobile. Good target, 6'5". Palace. Whoa, and wrapped up with a nifty check by Velati. Betcher begging for the call, finally gets it. It'll be delayed call. Now they'll have to stop play. Betcher was in a good position to actually talk to the referee and ask him for a penalty.
We haven't seen many penalties. Betcher does draw a lot of fouls. We've only had 2 penalties on the day. Nazareth, they're 0-2 on the power play situation. Watch the wrap check right there. Got him in the brim. And now watch Palace tackle. Earlier, watch the stick work. Taking down Palace. And here's Betcher. Betcher can roam. He's talented out of the cage. Look at the stick work right there. Betcher, a little Hollywood activity, making the call. How come he doesn't have a flag? He might as well throw the flag himself there.
That's what I'm saying. He was very close to the referee, probably on a first-name basis. Asked for the flag, got it. Here's Salisbury State, first chance. 6-on-5. Kaufman.
2-4! 2-4! 2-4! Jack!
Good knockdown by the defense, and a follow-up by Salisbury State. Did they give it to him? Yes. Right above with his 5th goal on the day. Nazareth had it stopped. They blocked it down, but didn't get possession, and that killed them.
He's got 61 goals in the season. Take a look at it. Nazareth has it right there temporarily. Radeball gets it, not much of an angle, and he finds the net. Real talent right there, not much of an angle at all.
Ewing knocks it down initially.
Right, and he followed up on the loose ball. Garbage goal, but you got to give him a lot of credit to catch that, control it, and find the angle, because he really only had about a 3 or 4 inch space on the near pipe. Sean Radeball, we talked to his brother Dan earlier. He played at Loyola High School in Baltimore, Maryland. Went to Maryland, actually, for a semester and then transferred to Salisbury.
He's running through some emotions here. Of course, having a great Division III championship. What a dream year it would have been for him at the Division I level with his brother on the Maryland team. Radeball, 5 goals, 3 assists on the day. That is a lot of points. Salisbury State, quite frankly, though, Quinn, on the season, just really outgunning most everybody in Division III. The numbers are so high because they really should be playing on a Division I level.
Right, this is the quarter that they really turn it up a notch. They pressure you, and they pressure you into submission, and then they really turn it on in the 3rd and 4th quarters. Their offense gets into high gear. Next thing you know, they're scoring 5, 6 at a time, playing real freestyle lacrosse.
Now they scored 2 4-goal runs. 4 goals over in the second half. Palace scores 1 for Nazareth, and 4 more for Salisbury State to really take any kind of hope away from Nazareth. They're down by 10 goals. And there's still about a minute and 26 left entering the 4th quarter. Nazareth gets the ball back. They try to get a fast break. They push it up to Tom Fritz. Fritz looks up, looking for help. He's got Palace to his right. He hurried. Palace there. Palace wraps it and tries to go for the low corner. Not a bad move. McQueenie was giving him a little bit of room. You might as well take a shot. You haven't had very many opportunities.
And he had the backup also. Had he not had the backup, that would not have been a smart shot. But he knew he had a player back there who would back it up. So it's really a free shot. You shoot for the pipe. You shoot for about an inch inside. The goalie's not going to make the save. It's either a goal or your team maintains possession. So it's a smart play.
Credit very fine on the far side, and they do maintain possession. 10 goals down, less than a minute. Trying to get one. They do. On the far side, number 30, Mazak. Brian Mazak worked in one-on-one and just powered his way to that goal. Goal number 9 for Nazareth. A penalty on the play.
Watch Mazak operating. 2 hands on the stick. A little inside roll. Tiptoeing around the crease. Nicely done. Takes his man up to about 3 yards. Rolls back for his strength. He protects his stick here, and he's got enough angle to beat Betcher down low. Again, this is textbook inside roll right there. You turn, gain some leverage, bounce the ball between the legs.
Hold call, wiped out by the goal, so no time served.
Defensively there, you want to push the man behind the goal, so if he does get a shot, he doesn't have much angle.
It looked pretty effective defensively, so give Mazak some credit for putting off a great shot there against Betcher. Now the 9 goals down. Not impossible, but a tough mountain to climb. 44 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Monar puts it up front to his teammate in the midfield. They start running a lot of guys in there. Gallagher. Big check, takes the ball to the sidelines. It'll be Nazareth ball.
Ewing with a nice double team there, helping his teammate. Nazareth controls. Good slide there defensively. Got to communicate offensively. In that situation, you got to tell your player that someone's coming. Scotty Nelson, 10-year Nazareth coach. Both his brothers played for Syracuse, Tim and Tom.
He played at NC State.
Coached at Rutgers for 3 years under Tom Hayes, who's been coaching there for 25 years.
So the Nazareth program very proudly around the hunt the last 4 years for that Division III title. Give the ball up again. Between the restraining lines, they just have not been very effective against the aggressive Salisbury State. Weinberg comes out, time winding down, so they're trying to get one on the goal. 3-2-1. Nothing happened. Worth the chance for Salisbury, but it'll be a 9-goal lead for Salisbury as they go into the final quarter. They scored 8 of the 10 goals rather in quarter number 3, opening up a 6-goal margin on top of the 3-goal margin they had at halftime. We'll be back to College Park for the final quarter of the Division III championship in lacrosse in just a moment.
I will not self-destruct. I am indestructible. Big up to my folks, Vanny Threet, Lassiter, and Thompson. Because of them, I am strong. I can face the dawn. Because of them, I am a rock. I am a diamond. I'm rough, yet I am polished. Because of them, you can't stop me. No matter what, I will not self-destruct. I am indestructible.
Yeah, I took the high endurance challenge from Old Spice because I didn't really think it could work better than my old deodorant. But it does. If you don't think it's the best, call 1-800-PROVE-IT and they'll buy you a stick of yours. Now you got proof. Guaranteed.
Every morning I wake up starving. Must feel that dreaming. So I go to Burger King for a croissant sandwich with ham, egg, and cheese, plus hash browns and coffee, all for just $1.99. $1.99? I must still be dreaming.
Breakfast at Burger King. Baseball sure has changed, Junior.
Yeah, the Hexagon replaced the diamond.
And can you imagine facing 3 pitches?
Emerson on base. Oh, the base ejector got him snoozing. He goes
Why did it all change?
All sport. The game just got too easy.
The unsurpassed taste of all sport. A third more carbs than Gatorade for energy could make a difference.
Next up,
your grandson's up.
Ken Griffey IV. Moving next. It's going. Watch out, center point. Oh!
Center point got him.
He was robbed.
All sports body quencher. The game will never be the same.
Hey, what's up, John?
Hey, what's up, man? Watch the curve. Yeah, well, driving like my grandma.
Yeah, you drink like mine.
Give me a break, man. Watch it. The idea is to keep the car on the road.
Yeah, how about give me another drink?
Yeah, right. I think you've had enough.
I think you're not. Give me the wheel. Hold on, man. I got it, man. Yo, man, just chill out, man. Yeah, man. Let me tell you about giving them out, man.
Well, we rejoin the action right after another goal for Salisbury State. Nazareth got the face-off, came down, didn't get an effective offense going, and it didn't take Salisbury long once they got the ball, Q.
Kaufman finishing that fast break off with a dip and dunk. This is Mergat with a beautiful look. You can see the whole field, and Kaufman capitalized. Watch the dip and dunk. Dip, fake high, fake low, and dunk. Again, multiple fakes by Kaufman. He's got tremendous hand-eye coordination right there. High, low, high, low, high, low, and high. Nazareth again standing around defensively. Kaufman with the hat trick.
Face-off being dominated by Salisbury State. 10-goal lead for Salisbury. They have just really comfortably shown their talent overload. Nazareth comes down the hard shot. Betcher beats it. And here comes Salisbury State. This is where they get so tough. Erlin brings it down, slowing it now. Rain falling a lot more than it was. It didn't really rain until about 10 minutes ago. Now it's pretty steady drizzle, which will really hurt Nazareth's chances of any kind of comeback. Monar controlling things, coming inside, pushed down from behind, no call. Leonard wants to set up a pick for him. Leonard asks for the ball, gets it. Look at the defense on him, right in his face. Well, Trent Brown has gotten caught down here, the attackman on the defensive end of the field. This is a tough matchup. Trent Brown has been playing attack all day long.
Salisbury recognizes that. You can see them clearing out. What they've got to do now is occupy their men. Nazareth's doing a good job sloughing in, but it's really not an advantage. Actually, Nazareth now dropping into a zone defense because of Brown's defensive inefficiencies.
Yeah, two good long sticks right behind him, waiting to back up, so he gave it up. Pretty smart move. Betcher looks for the outlet. Whoa, all the way upfield. Grass, a little bit wet now. Ball squirts out of bounds. Field in pretty darn good shape for the finals tomorrow. It'll be live on ESPN at 10:55. Betcher, Cal State Junior College Club Championship, back to Division III Championship. He's done it all.
Really active, 68% save percentage coming into this year. Really, his leadership and I think his maturity helps this defense. This defense tends to be very aggressive, very flamboyant. He's a calming influence. He's been there before. The players realize that. And I think his control of that defense is very important.
McGowan had a shot, gave it up the last minute up front. Oh, thinking about the shot. Rothfuss doesn't pull it down. Rothfuss, though, checks it out. Looks like he'll get it back. He does. Good hustle. Rothfuss was right there for a shot.
Watch this situation now. Widener, number 8.
Son, stay still.
He has got an array of takeaway checks. He's really good at pressure here. Watch number 8 for Salisbury.
Trying to set up a pick for him. Set him free. Widener comes from out. Back check. This is really a testament as much to the ability of Widener as to the light alloy and the advancement of the technology of the stick. The stick has really got to be light, easy to use when you're 6 feet in length. The 33 drivers of the Indy 500 have presented their awards at the Sagamore Ballroom at the Indianapolis Convention Center. Join MC Bob Jenkins. That's Monday the 29th, tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. right here on ESPN2. Nazareth trying to do the impossible. 10 goals down. One at a time. They'll try to come back and they get one there. Now they're in double digits with 11:43 left.
Garth McGowan with the goal. His first of the season. On a feed from Geary. Nice cut by McGowan right there.
Got inside of Ingley, just kept going with the left hand.
That's his first goal of the season. Watch how happy Garth is here. Watch him. He's pumped. He's pumped. He's not playing the scoreboard. He's pumped. He's got a goal in the Division III national title game. One at a time is right. You never know. Still got plenty of time. You're only down by 9, but one at a time, you can get close. You never know.
And the fact is, you can only score one at a time.
That's true. There's no 2 or 3 point shot in lacrosse. They experimented with it once in a fall game, but
at the old 3-point range, 2-point range. A lot of pressure put on by Salisbury again. Q, they get the face off. They come down right away, putting it right in the face of Weinberg. 20-13 face off. They had the commanding lead early. Never really gave Nazareth a chance to get comfortable. Nazareth was off to a 4-1 lead. that point, it's been 18-6. Trying to be a little bit tricky behind the back. They've got great skill with the kids from Salisbury State. About 5,000 enrollment on the Eastern Shore. Nazareth, a small school, less than 2,000, 1,400 about. It's been a great weekend here. A lot of things going on with the 25th anniversary for NCAA Lacrosse. Let's go down to Christy Lee.
That's right, Leaf. And joining me now is a guy who played a heck of a game yesterday, Rick Beardsley for the Syracuse Orangemen, defeating the Virginia Cavaliers. You move on into the final championship game tomorrow.
Yeah, we're just ready to go. Maryland's a good team. We know we're in for a tough game.
A tough game. They're kind of a surprise. I'm sure that when you were thinking ahead, you weren't thinking Maryland, were you?
No, we were thinking Hopkins just like everybody was. We were thinking we had to get past Virginia first, and we saw that game, and we know we have a good opportunity. We're in a good spot. Like I said, Maryland's going to be a tough game. We just got to be ready to play tomorrow.
Did you play a little bit more under control yesterday than you normally do?
I bet you Leaf up there was definitely saying that we played a real controlled game compared to what we usually play. Like, yeah, we get up and down. We played a little more discipline. When we lost those 2 games early, it was like lacrosse camp all over again. So we learned the basics all over, and we tried to apply it yesterday.
Well, this has got to be kind of a nervous day for you, a big game tomorrow. What are you guys doing just to kind of get in the mood for tomorrow?
I'm going to go home, eat, look at my Italian stomach, and just, just get prepared, mentally prepared, maybe envision a couple of things and just do what I have to do and think about who I'm playing tomorrow and, just think about winning.
All right, Rick Beardsley's been our guest from the Syracuse Orangemen. You'll see him on ESPN tomorrow. We bring it to you live at 10:55 against Maryland. We got to take a break. We'll be back with more live action from College Park, Maryland as the Division III championships continue.
You got needs, okay? And somewhere between food and a 40-foot TV are tires. We'll jump up and down, because Firestone's having a sale. And they got tires. Hello! They got the fast, the furious, the I won't be ignored tire. Think they got high prices? Think again. Enough thinking. They got the clock ticking on this commercial and this sale. It's the big tire sale at Firestone. So gentlemen, start your engines.
See Sunday's ad for Firehawk Performance and light truck tires on sale at Firestone retailers.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today.
This is dull. Doesn't have to be.
And now the starting lineup. That groom from Texas, Billy Clyde Humphrey. And at bride, a 5'6" debutante from Alabama, Nell Peterson. The Humphrey wedding brought to you by Miller Lite. When you've got the great taste of an ice cold Miller Lite, life is good. The vows are up.
I do. I do.
And they're good. Whoa, Nelly.
That was beautiful, man.
We're back at Bird Stadium, the 25th Lacrosse Anniversary Championship Series. 25 years of excellence in NCAA lacrosse. And this has proven to be the best venue for these championships. Look at the records since 1990. Salisbury State 83-8, Nazareth 73-13. The 2 premier programs. A lot of other good programs in Division III, Q. You've got Ohio Wesleyan, put up some great numbers with Pressler out there in Ohio. Gettysburg making a move in Division III. Hobart was the perennial champion for years and years. Now they went to Division I.
Yeah, the big question is how good are these Division III squads? How would they do in Division I? I think we've seen Hobart finish this season, did not make the playoffs. They were ranked 12th or 13th at the end of the year. Salisbury, they've scrimmaged some Division I teams, and in fact, they've done very successfully. This year they scrimmaged UMass, although it's only a scrimmage. If you're keeping score in the scrimmage, they led 11-3 against UMass, which was a playoff caliber team. So I don't think there's any question that Salisbury is a playoff caliber team at the Division I level.
Berge comes in, finally gets the move, pays off against Rothfuss. One-on-one, the left-hander nails that one past Weinberg. Berge to 10.
Berge's got 3. Watch Berge after this shot. Not only does he score, but he also puts the slide man down. Here's Berge, comes in, watch the hit right there. Boom, who ends up on the ground? The Nazareth defenseman, and Berge likes that. He enjoys that contact. Here it is, the goal, the hit. He loves that. That's what it's all about, and he makes sure that the point was made.
And you see his dad do that a few times. I'm sure his father likes that kind of replay. Tough kid, athletic family, great bloodlines, the Berge family. And you heard his father, all-pro in the NFL, talk about what a great game lacrosse is. We agree. Far side, Kaufman, little juke down low. The defense of Nazareth just scrambling. and just gave him enough trouble that they couldn't get a good shot off.
That was Smith with the shot. Kaufman made a really sensational handle of that pass, reaching up and snaring it out of the air.
And Nazareth just did the same. They bring the ball down their end of the field. Full run. Salisbury State showing they've got great speed to catch up. Up top of the shot. Doesn't even find the goal. McDermott had room for the defenseman before it got there. Nazareth trying to get a good shot. Back door. Finish. Spada. Joe Spada from Cortland. Now back to within 9. 11 goals for Nazareth, 20 for Salisbury. 8.5 minutes left.
This is the tail end of the play, but Nazareth's doing a good job moving the ball in the open field. Again, Salisbury very aggressive. There's Mazek down low to Spada. Nice handle between the legs of Betcher. Betcher's got to hold his feet there. He's jumping up in the air. Not going to make too many saves, but Spada's 7th goal of the season. Seeing some reserve minutes now. This game 20-11. We're going to see some new names and numbers for both teams.
Good look at the face-off. Ball placed between the 2 sticks. Whistle blows. The wings come in. Nobody on either end of the field can come into that zone with possession. That's how it works in lacrosse. 8 minutes left. Chance for Nazareth to take a shot wide. The big long stick defender, Roberts. It's commonplace. Used to be dramatic to see that cue. You see it all the time now. The long stick guys coming down to shoot. Nazareth using the long stick on the face-off. They've been having trouble there all day. That time, that's been good success with the long stick actually taking the face-off.
Going to have an interference call against Salisbury. AG, number 9 for Salisbury, just dumping the goal scorer, the last goal scorer, Joe Spada. That's Jim Berkman. 7 years at Salisbury State. 56-4 in the last 4 years. They won the title game last year against Hobart, 15-9. They're looking for their 2nd consecutive title.
82 grad from Salisbury State. Likes it down there. Palace collects it in traffic. He had Melvin all over him, Q, and he pulls that baby in.
Palace has got 5. This is a sensational shot. The Nazareth fans loving that action. This kid can play. He's a lefty finisher. Nice feed inside by Geary. That's the 1-2 combination we talked about earlier. He takes the check, finds the goal, and puts this down low, right in the corner.
Great body protection for Palace to pull it back against the check.
Exactly. He gets his stick away from the opposing defenseman's stick. Not the fastest shot, but the positioning and the way he was running to his left and shot back across the grain. Very difficult for the goalie. The goalie's moving with the shooter to the right, and he's got to change his balance and come back to the left.
Palace with the Native American Boxley giving him a lot of foundation for this game. Ball just thrown straight out of bounds, way over the top of goalie by Santana. Possibly attributed to that wet ground, the wet stick, and the Salisbury State just knocks home goal number 21.
Smith with his 4th of the game. He had 3 early in the first half. Now he's got 4. Key here is Nazareth threw the ball out of bounds. Kaufman didn't waste any time. He got to the end line, picked the ball up. Nazareth was not set defensively. He inbounded quickly to Smith for the goal. So Kaufman hustling to the end line pays dividends for Salisbury. Smith 4-1 on the day. They can beat in so many ways.
Our statistician is Dennis Way. He is coaching the Mount Washington team. It's loaded with guys like Gary Gate and some All-Americans from the college game. They have a sensational season going. I'd like to see them take on this teams. Let's just see how good Salisbury State is. Seems a shame we can't put them up against a good top Division I school. People can kind of gauge their ability. Hoffman drops it back to the trailing Smith. Smith just couldn't stop the momentum from going in the crease.
They play with such confidence. Kaufman looked like he was covered. Smith looked like he was covered, and yet they jam it in there, and these players handle those passes.
7 minutes left. Commanding 9-goal lead for Salisbury. They built that with 3 goals late in the first half, and then 4 straight to open half number 2. Here they go. Backdoor. Kaufman gives it up easily to Ray DeBall. You got a guy with Kaufman's ability, and he just as soon give it up for the assist. He is so hard to cover.
Turnover in the midfield area. Widener starts that fast break. The junior from Syracuse, New York, gets it down low to Kaufman. You know, Kaufman could have shot that. I mean, he had a great shot. There's Widener, number 8. Absolutely. Watch Kaufman right here. Little unselfish play. Gets it over to Radeball for his 6th goal of the game. Real unselfish play.
And how many
there.
times have we seen Radeball parked on the backside, and Kaufman just dishes it up for him?
5 or 6, I think, out of Radeball's goals have been scored that way. Radeball 6 and 3 now. 6 goals, 3 assists.
And he should be buying dinner for Kaufman.
He sticked off the face-off. Terry Getz of Nazareth. Get a bungee cord for that one.
Nazareth not going to win this one, down by 10. Extra man hasn't been a factor in this game. Face-offs, yes. Extra man, no. Salisbury 1 for 1. Nazareth 0 for 2.
You know, it's amazing the way Salisbury plays defense so aggressively. They have only fouled 3 times on the afternoon.
Nazareth starts in like a basic 2-4, rotating in now 2-2-2. A lot of traffic in the crease area. Pick it up. Palace, he's in the middle. He'll take a shot. No, dishes it off. 2 fakes. And a goal by Geary. Well, Geary made second-string goalie. Betcher's out of there. I don't know if we've mentioned that right now, but the second-string goalie is in there. Rote. Stash Rote. Rude awakening for Rote.
Nazareth is undefeated for a reason. Watch the fake by Geary. High and low. Real quick. Rote comes out. He's got to stay in the net. Generally, when shooters come in like that, they're going to give you at least 1 fake. You want to ignore the first couple fakes and then play the shooter. Geary having a nice afternoon, as is Powell. The problem for Nazareth is the rest of the team has not picked up any additional slack.
No, 13 goals against most teams will be a lot. Against Salisbury, you figure you've got to get up there in the high teens just to stay competitive with them. 6 minutes left. Salisbury State with Mark Gaunt. Still a lot of their frontline guys in there. You might think they went through the whole bench. Late penalty against Nazareth. Kaufman on the finishing end can't handle it. And it'll be an extra man play for Salisbury State. Rochester area really follows the game of lacrosse well. If you followed our indoor lacrosse season, major indoor lacrosse, they packed the place every game for the Rochester Nighthawks expansion team.
Taking on number 30, Brian Mizek, 30 seconds.
Margot up front to Berge. Smith back behind Radeball. For 1-4-1, Berge comes up on top of that middle. They got 2 guys in the middle. Up on top of that rotation. Had a good shot, went wide with it. 5:45 left, 9 goals up for Salisbury in yellow, the defending champions. Nazareth 1-92, undefeated coming into today. Not going to do it.
Too many weapons for Salisbury.
Tomorrow's big game, Maryland against Syracuse. Hasn't been in the finals since the 70s.
1979. They played for the title in 1976 and 79.
Beardmore year. Clayton Beardmore. Buddy Beardmore had some great runs with teams. Frank Urso and the boys in the middle 70s. Long Cornell teams. And Hopkins.
Bob Boniello in 79.
Some tough players back then. Teams at even strength right now. 5:20 left. 9 minutes to go. In fact, Coach Dickie Dell from Maryland is going against the best percentage guy, the best one-loss guy, Roy Simmons in Syracuse. Dickie Dell will be in his first championship tomorrow, live on ESPN, 11 o'clock, right here from Bird Stadium. It's going to be a great game. Great defense against flashy offense.
Easy, guys. Easy. Nazareth offside.
Referees doing their best to keep this one in control.
Definitely has been a relatively error-free game as far as penalties are concerned. Not too many penalties. Not called that way, at least. Berge can't control the ball. Ball rolls out of bounds. We'll go to Nazareth. Under 5 minutes to go. Salisbury still by 9. A cruising day for them. They were down 4-1.
This is an area where Nazareth had trouble early, and I think it hurt them clearing the ball. Salisbury, they put so much pressure on you in the open field.
Nazareth bring the ball into the middle. Right-handed shot from the big guy, Trent Brown, 6'5". Really has shown he needs to be a finisher, Trent Brown. He needs to get the ball in front of the goal. He's been moving around a lot.
Yeah, he's
trouble getting through people.
Right, he's really a finisher type player. 26 goals coming in, only 8 assists from West Jenny. Talk about superior high school programs in New York State. You got to talk West Jenny, Ward, Melville, and Yorktown. We'll see some Yorktown players in the national championship tomorrow. Quite a few, actually.
.354 left in the game. 9-goal lead for Salisbury. Here they come. Don't look like they're taking any air out of this game, do they? 9-goal lead. They just seem to have a 10-goal, 13-goal. How many goals do they want to be ahead by?
They will not let up until that last whistle. They enjoy playing. They really do. And they're not about to hold it out. Not in this last game of the season.
Talked a little bit about what a great thing this is for Division III. It wasn't always this way, but it's building just like Division I. It's just a power-packed weekend of lacrosse. It's an event. And it's gone beyond your allegiance to the squad, to the team. People come here just to see great lacrosse. But if you like baseball, we've got it. Memorial Day doubleheader. And that'll come right after our lacrosse game. The White Sox and the Indians, then the Dodgers and the Phillies right after our 11 o'clock face-off for lacrosse. Major League Baseball on ESPN.
Crease violation right there against Salisbury. Scotty Nelson. He is actually a native of Yorktown, New York. That's a lacrosse-crazed community in Westchester County. Done a nice job at Nazareth. You know, coming into the season, they really didn't have high hopes. They lost their top 3 scorers from last season, and they lost 2 All-American defensemen. And if you would ask Coach Nelson if they were going to be undefeated at the end of the year, I think he would have said, nah, you know, we don't have those kind of expectations. But he's done an outstanding job this year with this Nazareth squad.
Salisbury had 8 All-Americans last year. They lost 4 of them and still come back with a team that's maybe better than last year. 2:28 left. Nazareth trying to poke home a few more goals. They're down by a bundle. The Golden Flyers. And pushing and shoving on the 47, John Schubert.
Little stick work on the far side. Peppering the arms. Pecking away. Watch the peppering here. Little lumber action. Right there. That hurts. And he gives it back to him.
Which you'd probably have to go outside the stadium to find any lumber, but sticks used to be made out of wood.
They used to be made out of lumber. They're a lot lighter now. Most defensemen do not wear arm pads. They do not take kindly to you checking their unprotected arms. And they often retaliate.
I think they need to be brought into the real world of lacrosse. Be checked as much as they check everybody else.
Exactly. Their mentality of fairness is, I can check you as much as I like. If you touch me once, I'm going to cheat shot you. Exactly. It's a foul.
Well, they've got that long 6-foot stick. Unfair advantage. I could talk to you for about an hour on that, but Nazareth in purple. 2 minutes to go. 9 goals behind the defending champion Salisbury State team, the Seagulls, on their way to another Division III title.
Gonna have a penalty upcoming here against Salisbury. That's Roberts, defenseman from Nazareth with the knee brace. And and have actually 2 violations against Salisbury. We'll sort this thing out. Jim Berkman.
You know, Q, I think I had Berkman last night at Salisbury State. He's actually his alma mater was St. Lawrence. They won a short change to St. Lawrence folks in '82.
He coaches women's soccer down at Salisbury, and he used to be the assistant basketball coach. He was given basketball up. He was actually an outstanding basketball tactician, and he has applied a lot of that basketball knowledge to the lacrosse field. The games are very similar in the half-field offense concepts.
And he's got a ton of talent. Both teams 1 for 3 in the extra man. I mean, let's face it, lacrosse tends to be a little streaky. The program gets hot. A lot of talent seems to follow there. Right now, Salisbury's hot. He's got a handful of talent. He's a good coach, no question, but he really has a loaded roster. Of course, a great recruiter, as you said, which helps that out. Look at that big save. Stash Road. 2 men down. He steps right up into it. And don't get me wrong in that Berkman deal. He definitely has a tremendous program. But, you know, when you're a good recruiter and a good coach, you end up being dominant. A minute left. Timeout called by Salisbury State. I want to make sure this final minute is as strong as the first 59. We'll be back with the final moments of this Division III championship. Salisbury up by 9.
Their name says nobody beats them, but Willoughby's beats them every day. They say they shop the competition to get you the best price, but they must not be shopping at Willoughby's, because Willoughby's has been selling cameras since 1898. That's unbeatable. And so is this. Bring in any camera ad from Nobody Beats the Wiz, and Willoughby's will beat that price. Plus, you'll get 10% of the difference, or the camera is yours for free. So remember, when it comes to cameras, Willoughby's is unbeatable.
Last summer, I went to summer camp. We went to the most beautiful place I've ever been. There I found things to do and things to learn, and a brand new best friend. I'd known her all my life, but up there, she was different. We did fun stuff together. It made me feel happy to know more about myself and nature. But I'm gladdest that I got to know my mom.
The Salvation Army Summer Camps. Each year, we help more than 100,000 people get back to the basics.
By impression, one of the top inline skaters coming to the games, Brooke Howard Smith. Do you guys ever do scrimshaw when you're like, how to see?
Rain's starting to fall pretty heavily now at Bird Stadium. 25th anniversary for NCAA lacrosse. The rain coming down. Berkman, the coach, calling that timeout just to make sure he got drenched, and he did. We were just talking up here about the timeout. You got 9-goal lead, a minute to go, and you call a timeout. Why? I don't know. Here it is, the final moments of the Division III championship. Berkman with a team that is to be very much admired. A great team, good talent, very well coached against Nazareth. Team just not quite as deep, as many players.
Ball's out of the box with less than 2 minutes to go. The team who's leading has got to keep the ball in the offensive box.
Trying to prevent stalling. Here comes Salisbury. Get to go to the cooker. Why would they? Kaufman comes in front. And right a ball. Can't get it against another goalie. Brent Coy in the goal for Nazareth.
Nice save by Coy, robbing Radabaugh. Radabaugh's looking for goal number 7 there. Coy, fresh off the bench, makes the save.
Well, I'm sure a couple people will be questioning that kind of offense when there's a minute to go and you're up by 9. I mean, you know, how much do you rub it into a team like Nazareth, who's had a good year? I guess they just love playing in front of a crowd. You don't get a chance to do it very much. Now, Nelson, I think, gets the award for fabulous hair. He's got sort of Jimmy Johnson kind of look. Total rain, and he looks like he's totally dry.
As opposed to Berkman, who's a Pat Riley-like hair slick job.
Pat Riley got the moose look. 2 winning programs today at Salisbury State defending their championship. Another great save for second goalie, Stash Rote.
Kid's got some quickness. Time
winding down. That'll do it. Salisbury State defends the championship. They are the team to beat. Dan Margot, #1, an ESPN, a Deuce fan, as well as a great player.
This team's done it from start to finish this season.
A tremendous run. It gets tough. 2 consecutive NCAA Division III titles. 16-0 last year, 17-0 this year.
33 in a row. And you got to wonder who is going to step up next season to dethrone Salisbury State, because they do return a lot of their players for next season.
Beat Gettysburg to get into this final. Hobart won in 93, I believe. Nazareth in 92. Hobart now a Division I team. Salisbury State doing a great job of congratulating a well-deserved coach and his team. We'll come back with some post-game comments from College Park.
Beyond the Arctic Circle, beyond the tree line, beyond experience. The Molson Ice Polar Beach Party, Labor Day weekend 1995, with Metallica and Hope. Also appearing Veruca Salt and Moist. Tuktoyaktuk, Arctic Canada. Get up there.
You got needs, okay? And somewhere between food and a 40-foot TV are tires. We'll jump up and down, because Firestone's having a sale. And they got tires. Hello! They got the fast, the furious,